Welcome to season ender. Welcome to Top 4. My name is Peter. I'm joined by Ernest, the Man United fan.
Shameless FC, where you at? Where you at, baby?
I'm joined by Robin, a Manchester United fan.
Yes!
Wow.
Play my music.
Oh no.
You gotta let the man know where you at.
That's enough of that. I'm joined by
Spend some flipping money, guys. That's all I'm saying.
I'm joined by Oscar, a Chelsea fan.
Top 4, baby. Top 4. Frank Lampard's Super Army has done it again. What are you saying?
I'm joined by the generous Arsenal fan.
Fam, our season's been shocking, and all I've got to say is, I put my black card, yeah, fam, are you dumb, fam? That's all I got, bruv. Back, just legging shots, cuz. I know
Legging it off.
Black card, yeah. Come on. That's all I got, bruv.
At least you have something to shout about. At least.
That's all I got, fam.
Oscar, steady. And I'm joined by AD, a Liverpool fan.
Champione.
Hey, man, don't give it Hendo. Has he got a name for that?
I think they call it the Hendo Shuffle.
The Hendo Shuffle, yeah.
That's such an English thing to say. Like, it's just so air, bro.
Oh, my days. Right.
It's a little shuffle, isn't it?
Season is over.
The end of the season, we're going to talk about the teams very briefly. We'll be talking from 10th upwards. We'll talk about the relegation battle, and we'll get your thoughts. Make sure you put your comments in the comment section. We will answer every single question that is on there, or any comment that's on there as well. We'll start off with 10th place, since that's what we've all agreed on, and that was Burnley, ladies and gentlemen. Burnley, what would you give them a rating out of 10?
5.
5? Why?
Yeah, give it a 7, I think.
Right.
They did all right.
They did all right.
Why?
Average. Because I see if it's out of 10, 5 is like what, average, yeah? So it's where
No, they were better than average. They had a good season. 7.
They're better than average.
fair. You gotta be
and they sniff moments of Europe. I mean, only a sniff, but they had a decent season, man. Top 10. Fair play to Sean Dyche. And what money is he spending over there?
Also, what were their expectations?
For reals.
Top half finish. That's what they got.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
I'm surprised if that was their expectations. I'd even say that, surviving in the Premier League, maybe top 15, I'd say was their expectation. From like 10th to 15th place, no one's mad. No one's getting angry. I don't know. All right, fair enough. Sheffield United in 9th place. I can't believe they're 9th.
Oh,
they get an 8.
That's a what? That's a 9.5.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I thought he was going to get a lower. I was like,
That's what more could you ask from Chris Wilder? Like, what more could you ask?
Breaking news: Brighton have completed the signing of Liverpool midfielder Adam Lallana.
Oh, he's got
how many years? 3 years. Adrian, do we care?
Yeah,
I care. Because Adam Lallana's the boss. He's like 32. He's haggard. He secured 3 more years of Premier football. I respect that.
Premier Jace. I mean,
that invested. Why are they interviewing Alex Ferguson?
Hey, Sky Sports, man. You get on my nerves. They got Ferguson. Is that the manager of the month trophy? Is that like one of his own?
Manager of the year, the Sir Alex Ferguson manager of the year. That's what it is.
Is it what?
The Sir Alex Ferguson Manager of the Year trophy.
Is that what it's called?
What?
Yeah.
What, he made his own trophy, or the Premier League called it Sir Alex Ferguson?
They gave it to. They named it after him.
No, obviously he didn't make his own trophy, bro. Come on now.
They named it after him.
Oh, I didn't know that. Sorry.
Fair play.
Yeah, so Sheffield United, man, I'm going 9. I'm giving them a good 9. It was a weird finish for them though, because since the restart of the lockdown, I mean, them man there have been slacking.
They had everyone on ropes this season though. You can't chat to them, man.
they had a good season, man. They had a good season at the end of the day. It's just weird how it ended, which kind of taints them a little bit. I would have given them a 10, but because of the way it finished, I'm giving them a 9. What do you lot think?
Yeah, I think Chris Wilder has shown what great coaching can do, and he's taken a side who many said weren't necessarily good enough to stay in the Championship, and he almost took Sheffield United's, within a whisker of Europe, top man, top job. I think. Yeah, go on.
No, I was gonna say that I feel like this award for the last couple of years, I've usually thought it needs to be given to like the winner of the league, and then the one that has done like he's gone like leaps and bounds. Like there was one year I think Sean Dyche should have won it when he finished 7th or whatever. I feel like this year Klopp is undoubtedly, he's done his thing, but Chris Wilder shouldn't go unnoticed. And I'm not sure if he wins an award because of that, but there should be some recognition. The guy's done well, man.
100%.
Fantastically well. Arsenal, David, 8th place. Wow. This is the lowest we've ever finished in Premier League history.
Ever.
But in Premier League history. Yeah, David, what do you think, man? Overall, like, what would you give the side out of 10? Are you happy with the way it's finished? what's your thoughts, man?
We've had a terrible season, bro.
Yeah.
I can't even pepper over. There's no peppering over cracks, bro. It's been shocking, bro.
Can I ask you, man, a question?
Go for it.
Do you not think that if Emery didn't get sacked, you would have finished this low in the league?
I would have been. I would bottom half. I'm telling you.
You think it would have been worse?
Bottom half, definitely, bro.
Do you know what, man? With Emery, it's not that he's a bad manager. It's not that he's a bad coach. The communication just wasn't there, man. And God knows what that would have done. I think he would have eventually got arrested at some stage. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, at some point, we would have addressed this situation and, had to bring in a new manager. Because last season, David, man, we finished 1 point off the Champions League. I think it was 2 points off third. And then 45 minutes from winning the Europa League itself. So it's one of those where, like, bro, we could have looked at this season. We could have had a completely different season this year had we had made Champions League last year. So it's hard to think. He's got his job at Villarreal, which I'm going to be watching very closely because I'm so happy for him. No, I'm delighted for him. I'm glad he's got a job, and I'm glad to see him. Like, Villarreal finished 5th in La Liga this season.
Oh, right.
So to see him run up on the Europa League again, do you know what I'm saying? It'll be interesting, man. I think it's not that it's his level. I think that's an unfair statement to make. But I thought you said something. But yeah, no, I just feel like this is going to be we're going to remember why Emery was rated in the first place. I think Villarreal. So I'm looking forward to that. But bro, man, I would say we've arrested the season to some degree because. I mean, I'm reading this stat that, Arsenal's final this weekend is the 4th final in 4 years, which is incredible. I think in the last 7 years, we've been in 6 finals, which if you had told me that 8 years ago, I'd have been like, yeah, man, I'll take that straight. Obviously, to the detriment of what it's done to the league is another conversation. But I'm happy that we've still got something to play for at the end of the season, just like we did last year and just like we had the years previous. So, yeah, it's been. I hope we that Arsenal learn from this situation and see that 8th. Not only is it not good enough, but are you going to do things to arrest what happened and try and stop that?
Well,
is spending money in the transfer window at the back. Most importantly,
I think you're doing your best to do silver lining FC and salvage what has been like a terrible season by trying to win the FA Cup, which I get, but like. I was saying to the man earlier, I listened to our first pod of the season, from this year, before the season started, and I heard everyone's opinions on what we thought our teams were going to do and what they ended up doing, It's mad. But your opinions on Arsenal were the only thing that you guys were accurate about. I'm saying Peter and David. You guys saw the season and you were like, fair enough, we got Pepe, that's deep, but our defense is not sorted out. And that episode was before you signed David Luiz. So it's like you guys needed a defender so bad. And if you guys go into another season without rectifying those defensive issues, it's going to be another long year for you lot.
It's all right.
Yeah, and that includes defensive midfield, centre half, defensive midfield, and centre half. If those two players are not bought, then we're finished.
You know what? Yeah. Even yesterday's game, yeah. We're too bad. What? This up, bro. Flipping heck, bro.
It should have been 3-3 if I'm honest, because you guys kept throwing it away.
Yeah, we'll give you chances. It's whether you take them or not.
No, and this is why I got upset against Man City, even though we won the game. Why don't we do it like that, bro?
Yeah, it's mentality.
It's like, fam, come on, man.
It's definitely mentality, because straight after Man City, we went to Villa Park. Look what happened there.
Hey, you need to thank us, Aston Villa, you know. Fam, we did your
yeah, how Villa survived.
You did them 2 favors in the past week.
Fam, just sit us.
Yeah, exactly.
Jack Grealish from the free, mate.
I like bring up Jack Grealish, you know what I'm saying? But David, that's the problem, you see, because you can see us going and taking Grealish in or getting excited about another, I don't know, like a James Rodriguez or something like that. You're going to see us go for a player that is literally again that we don't necessarily need.
Yeah.
But we're going to end up shopping that into the market, forgetting what we've got back, and then we'll turn up first game of the season, Leicester away, and get absolutely slapped up.
Yeah. But what different did you buy though?
Koulibaly, Upamecano.
Bro, you have that money, bro.
I mean, you got to break the bank, cuz. We spent money on Pepe, cuz. You have to go out there and make it happen.
Make it happen then. Tell Edu, go and talk to Saleh and Edu.
And hopefully, if Thomas Partey still wants to leave, grab him.
Do you know what you guys need to do?
Then I'll be happy.
You need to get Vince McMahon to sponsor you, man, since Arsenal are now playing WWE songs. Get that millionaire to sponsor you.
Bruv, like, I mean, give me a wrestler, I'll put him at centre half. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I will take whatever it takes. Do you know what I'm saying? I need someone at the back and I need someone in defensive midfield. I don't want us, man, to be starting a preview show of the season in September, and I'm saying we need a centre half and we need a DM. Where are we? July. We're in July right now. I cannot be saying the same thing in September. Unacceptable. So,
right.
As long as those two things get sorted, otherwise, forget Champions League football next season. It's a myth next season. We'll be lucky to get into Europa League.
Trust.
Well, you have a chance now. Having seen Aston Villa and seen Watford, how confident are you going into the final next Saturday? Yeah, next Saturday. Or this Saturday, shall we?
Do you know what? With Arsenal and like, for example, cup finals and whatever else, it doesn't matter what form we're in. We've shown before that when we've been in poor form, the last time we won the FA Cup, we were in awful form and still beat Chelsea in the final, still got through Man City. The days, Hull and Villa and, like, at the end of the day, like, I don't know. The thing is with Arsenal fans, and I don't know if David can agree, the problem is you don't know what's going to happen until kickoff. You can't tell what kind of mood this is going to be until the ball's kicked. You don't know. Like, Chelsea literally, look at the Europa League final. Chelsea could literally come up and hit another 4. They could. The same way we could go there with a George Graham 1-0 to the Arsenal kind of performance. You don't know what you're going to get. And Chelsea are on form, so they're the favourites for sure.
I just don't see you lot winning that, man.
Yeah, I understand.
No, Ernest, I said this against City, bro. Look what we went and did. So I'm just like, which Arsenal is going to turn up?
I think you lot will definitely score because actually, to be fair, both of your defenses are kind of whack. So it's one of them ones where there'll definitely be goals in this, but I don't know, man. I think Chelsea have a bit more about them in midfield. The thing is, if you don't do what you did against City, which Chelsea don't necessarily do as well, because Chelsea are a bit more direct than City. Chelsea will try and like Pulisic, for example, is going to be a great outlet for their team or whatever. Whereas City try and spread the game to each part of their midfield. I don't know, man. I don't see it.
Ernest and Oscar, yeah, don't be surprised if Chelsea hit us on the counter attack, bro. They're probably gonna let us know have the. They're gonna make mistakes, bro. It's not gonna be City, bro, where they have all the ball. Chelsea, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit higgy that, but a little bit of that. But watch. Chelsea's goal is gonna come in the counter attack. Watch.
admit as well, David, like I'm mentally exhausted. I don't know about you, but I'm so finished with football because you look at our season, right, where it kicked off. It was like, okay, we kicked off with a 1-0 away win at Newcastle, clean sheet, away win. I said, look, guys, you'll be remember Touchline Frackers. I'll never forget this. We went live on Touchline Frackers, and I said we will be praying for results like that come the future. And everybody there was like, nah, man, this was a whack performance. We should be expecting better, blah, blah. No, I just want to make it clear. You know what I mean? I want to make it clear.
We understand.
But anyway, with that, and then you had Xhaka throwing the armband off. Then you had Emery getting sacked. You then had Ljungberg, which was, I don't even know what era of what the world.
Ljungberg was this season.
Yeah, it was this season.
It was, you know.
Throwing the armband off was this season.
Oh,
do you know what I'm saying? And then we recruited Arteta, in which took forever to get through over the line as well. And it's just, and we went unbeaten with Arteta up until the lockdown, and then we've come back, and it's been another accident with the Man City game, the Brighton game, and right now when the final whistle went against Watford, I was like, thank God this is over. Like we've been put out of our misery now. It's done now, and I can just sort of put the Premier League season to bed. I can leave that alone now. We can't have another season like that where it was, if we had an Amazon Prime documentary this year, my goodness, it'll be stacked. It'll be absolutely filled with content because we went through so much season. Like to think, and because it's been a long season for everybody, it's like, man, you can't believe it. I was hearing, Wolves, we'll get onto Wolves later anyway, but I was hearing that Wolves, played their first game of this season, starting on the 25th of July in the Europa League qualifier.
Yeah.
So they were playing over a year's worth of football, technically.
Which, correct me if I'm wrong, they're going to do it again.
Which depends.
They're going to have to do qualifiers now.
Yeah, so it depends. If Arsenal win the FA Cup, Wolves get kicked out of the Europa League. So Arsenal take the Wolves spot in 7th place, are they? So yeah, so if Chelsea win the FA Cup, Arsenal know European football, and Wolves will claim the last spot, and then they'll have to qualify.
It's that technicality. So they're not on anything right now. Tottenham are in that second spot, that second qualifying round spot as we speak.
Yeah.
Hey, so the thing, bruv, and then they're Champions League, fam.
Yeah, if they're in the Champions League, then we have 8 teams in Europe.
Yeah, so it could be mental. And at the end of the day, if there's one thing about this FA Cup final, David, that I'm not stressing over, is that if we lose, it will be like, well, at least we've got no European football next season. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not going to hurt like most years would. This is the one that will hurt the least. The only problem is it is against Chelsea, which is going to be painful. But if we lose, I'll look at the silver lining of no European football. Saturday, 3 o'clock kickoffs, not on TV. That's what I'll take that. But if we win the FA Cup, hooray, I've got a trophy. I'm in Europe. See you later.
I don't want Europa League, bro.
So
who does, man? Who does?
You don't want the FA Cup.
Don't want it. We've won 4. How many have we won already? 3. That's enough for me, bro. We need to know how we build, bro. Pete, honestly, it's time to start building this thing, bro.
Woo!
Real talk, bro.
Yeah.
No lie. I would love a trophy. I don't mind doing this, all that, but we need to start this rebuilding thing today, bro.
Like the transfer window opened at midnight. Yes. Okay.
Bro,
Yeah, it's open. That's why Wolves have just signed a goalkeeper as we speak.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, fam,
man, that's my thing, bruv. Arsenal, get that checkbook open and start spending some money and start getting rid of the dross.
That's fair.
Right.
There are
Anything else?
A number of teams in that situation, actually. Like Arsenal, because I think with Arteta, one of the big difficulties is going to be weaning out the quite frankly and quite utterly crap players that you've got, particularly in the defense, and bringing in some of these guys that can actually play football. Because we've seen against Man City, we've seen against Liverpool what this guy, and we just have to think, what can this guy actually do? He's backed properly in the market. So I actually think it's quite an exciting time, and I think he's installing a bit of a spine at Arsenal, and the spine that's been missing for quite so many years. And do you know what? This is the first season that I'm not expecting to beat you like 4-0 when you come to Anfield. So
yeah.
In addition to that, I do have a question before we move on. If you guys don't win, does Aubameyang stay?
I don't think it depends. I think he's in his mind now. He's either staying or he's going, and we'll find out at a later time. But I don't think either way, it will make a difference. I don't think if he's leaving right now, but then we win the FA Cup, he's staying. I don't think that will happen, and vice versa. They've got to go hell for leather with him. They've got to, if there's a player you've got to keep in this transition, he has to be there. Otherwise, we will not get any. We will not get Champions League football.
We got a comment from Boss Like Endo. I'm gonna answer the comments in relation to the teams that we're talking about. So we'll get to all of them eventually. Just Boss Like Endo said Arsenal will get top 4 next season if they spend correctly. I think that's a wild statement to make, bro.
Actually, yeah, it's optimistic actually.
No, do you know what? It's not that optimistic. Only because if we go based on this season. Because obviously we're just predicting. We don't know what the future holds. We don't know how great Man United and Chelsea will be, Spurs. If we get the same Man United, Chelsea and Spurs this season, next season, then it's not that optimistic. Because I think from 3rd place to like 8th, any of them, man, there could have got in that top 4. Really. But everyone was a clown. And it's just who was the least clownish got in the top 4. You get me? And United's resurgence, I mean, we'll get onto them later, but their resurgence was unbelievable. Yeah, out of 10, David, I don't know if you're still there, but out of 10, I'm giving Arsenal a 2 this season.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's not for us,
Yeah, a 2 is fair. They finished 8th, Robbie. And in years to come, I mean, we ain't finished outside of 6th since not even George Graham finished that low. I mean, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. I think we finished 12th in the 80s. Or maybe in the early 90s we finished 12th. I think there was a 12th place finish somewhere. But if David's there, if not, then fair enough. But yeah, I'm giving him a 2. All right?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Cool. Wolverhampton Wanderers, 7th place. I'm
here to collect. I'm here to collect, guys. I'm here to collect. Because certain man were telling me that Wolves should can the Europa League because they might get relegated if they're in both competitions at the same time.
Yeah.
Rare tear.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm here to collect, bruv.
Collect what?
I'm here to collect my apologies. No apology.
There's no apology for me.
Okay, cool.
There's no apology for me. What? Because they didn't get relegated.
Wow.
No, they had a good season. They finished 7th.
Yeah, they've had a good season.
Let's not forget
Wolves finished very well.
Oh, they've had a great season.
Very well. Very
Let's
well.
not forget they only just got promoted like 2 seasons ago, bro.
Yeah, they've had a Wolverhampton Wanderers, David.
Yeah, they're all right, bruv.
Oscar's waiting for an apology from us because we said they should can the Europa League. I apologize.
Wolves. I didn't say Wolves.
Yes, yeah, we had this conversation about
I
Wolves.
said Burnley, fam. Don't get.
We had this conversation about Wolves specifically.
No, we did still. No, we did still.
We had this conversation.
I remember
Wolves specifically.
At the start of the season, David, do you remember when Wolves were drawing bare games?
Wolves had a poor start. And you lot were saying they're going to get relegated.
Yeah, they were poor start, and I said it will affect them in the league, and it didn't eventually. But them apologizing, I don't know. They could get in the Champions League right this season, right? And if they do, blood, I'm rooting for them, blood. I'm be like, yes, Wolves, go for it.
If you got a squad that can hack it, then fine. I'm not going to say nothing, but I'm not going to apologize. I
think the biggest
Burnley got a squad for it. Kind of think, right? And they almost
had 12 players in the squad. You know what? They're like just Nick Pope and Heaton, and then the 10.
I'm here. Everything that was said this podcast, today is the day that I bring it all back. Yeah. Just remember what you said.
In the restart, I predicted I'll come on Front Street. I said Wolves would get in the top 4 simply because of everyone's fixtures, and I looked at theirs and I thought, right, they've got like a nice slide, but then they were messing around with So,
and do you know what is a shame?
Especially with the Europa League season as well.
Do you know what is a shame for Wolves? I would say similar, yeah, 8 high 8s, yeah, but them being in the Europa League, yeah, the fact that there's going to be no fans for their knockout games is like really, really sad. Like them man don't get to experience European football a lot, and they're going to have these knockout games where they're in Lisbon.
They'll get it next season though. They'll be all right.
Is it in Lisbon?
No, so the Europa League's in Germany. It's
Germany.
only Champions League that's in Lisbon.
Oh, because if it was Lisbon, it would have been a home game for most of their players anyway.
Even Champions League. I swear Champions League has now gone back to the normal grounds because I had Madrid up in Man City.
I think it's only for the return.
For the second, so for everyone else that's not finished their second legs, it's still traveling to their whatever.
Oh, okay.
From the quarterfinal onwards is where everyone goes to either Portugal or Germany.
Okay, sick. Wolves out of 10, lads. What are you saying?
I'll give him a 9.
7.
Yeah, I think 7's fair. I think for Wolves, what's going to be interesting is how they maneuver in the market because of the teams that are sort of contenders. They've got the financial power and they've got the know-how. They've got the clients to actually go out and sign high-profile players to take them to the next level. Because I think for Wolves, they are very inconsistent. They'll win 10, they'll lose 10, and they'll draw 10. I think they need to be winning a lot more games.
Guys, Wolves are still in the Europa League and they finished 7th in the Prem.
Bam, they're getting a 9. Forget that. They're getting a 9.
Yeah. The reason I said 7 is because Europa League hasn't concluded yet. If they finish and complete it, then I'll give them a 9. That's my reason.
What's completed? What's completed?
That was harsh.
The Premier League is done and they're still in Europe. Like, guys,
it's a strong argument.
Let's deep what Wolves have. First of all, their squad is bare Portuguese dons who don't know whether they're coming or going, bro. Yeah,
but a big man.
You see the other day they brought on a new Portuguese kid, like a 17-year-old. I was dying. I was crying. I was like, another one.
Listen, ask flipping Burnley and them to see if they wouldn't want to finish 7th, bro. Trust me.
Bite your hand off.
Wolves have done very well. Like, guys,
and they've got
this year, yeah, like, bar Liverpool, the league was whack. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, City finishing 20 points behind everyone. Yeah.
What is that? Yeah.
Is absolutely, sorry, Liverpool is absolutely garbage. But for the small teams that carried on doing small team things and finished where they finished, all 9s. Sheffield United, Wolverhampton, 9. 9. Because, bro, like, we're all seeing with Troy Deeney and Amanda what staying in the Premier League means. It's not a joke.
Yeah, for real. Fair enough.
Would you say expectations that Wolves are slightly different to a normal team?
If they didn't kick off their season in July last year, I'm with you, Adrian. But you have to consider all of those factors.
But they played, what was it, their 57th game against Chelsea of the season?
With Ruben Neves, Ruben Neves and Moutinho, it's the same midfield they played from July. Guys, 9.
But there's no squad
9.
rotation in that midfield.
9.
It is Moutinho
9.
and Neves, bro. Maybe then Donk every now and again. That is it.
Then Donk came for a good time in Wolverhampton. That man not play.
He came for a lash, blood. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. So yeah, big up Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Great side.
Fair enough.
Big up Nuno. 6th place, Tottenham Hotspur. Woo! Look, this is an interesting one, man. This is an interesting one. I want to know what you lot think. If Poch was still in the job, just like what you're saying about Emery, if Poch was still in the job, would Tot finish in the top 6?
No.
I don't think they've been much different. If I'm being perfectly honest.
I think they will be in the top half of the table. Probably not 6th. I don't know.
So what do you give him out of 10?
5.
With the squad they have, 5.
I'm going 4. I'll go 4.
Why 4? Explain why 4.
Because of their expectation. They fell well below par. Like when you meet your objectives, what score would you give a team if they meet their objectives? Is that 6, 7? What is it?
It depends what the objective is.
It depends what the objective is.
So Tottenham would have been top 4.
Because Tottenham really, like, this is the first time they've been outside the top 4. What, since Poch came?
Yeah. 5 years.
But they weren't even in the running.
Yeah, Scott, Tottenham have never been this poor, and it's not like, oh yeah, they lost a big signing, and that's why all of these things accumulated. They were Champions League finalists last year, to then jumping up and down for finishing 6th. Like it is such an amazing contrast. What's happened in 12 months? They've got a 4, and I think Tottenham fans would say 4 more so than anything else. I think when you're neutral, you're a bit like you're sort of like, yeah, we know Tottenham can do good, but it's not been a disaster all in all. So, and they got into Europe, so you know what I'm saying. They finished above some decent sides, finishing above Wolves and Arsenal and whatever else. You know, that shouldn't be a thing for Tottenham necessarily, with the way they've been going over the last 5 years. And then they brought in the Don Dada, Jose Mourinho. It'll be interesting how much money they get to spend this summer. That will be interesting to watch.
Because they've let Vertonghen go.
Yeah, Vertonghen's gone, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Who's the other person? Yeah, it's Vertonghen.
That's Southampton.
What were you saying, Robert?
They let 2 people go. It was Vertonghen and someone else.
Oh, Michelle Vaughan, but he's a son.
Yeah.
Michelle.
Guys, Harry Kane scored 18 goals this season.
In the league?
Yeah.
Oh, flipping hell.
And he's injured.
I told you, he's still here.
And he was injured for like, what, how many
He was
months?
injured for like 6 months.
Time. He needs to leave. He needs to leave now. Like
He had to leave.
now he has to leave.
And go where?
No.
Go where?
And you know Spurs need the money, yeah? They need the money. They
need the cash
bruv,
flow.
They have to. I'll tell you right now, blood, yeah? Where would he go, though? That's the question.
No one's paying.
Atletico.
Let me ask you this question. We sell a Aubameyang, yeah? Do you go in for Harry Kane, yes or no?
He'll come, you know.
Man had a sip of water, you know.
Man had that Gatorade, bro.
He wouldn't go.
The brother knows where the back of the net is, bro.
He knows where the net is.
He knows the postcode, everything.
Boss like Endo said Kane has 24 goals in 4 appearances.
I can't even know.
That is wavy.
Oh, man.
That is wavy.
No.
I can't even chat rubbish, bro. Yo, I'll take him.
David, if we sell Aubameyang, you go hell for leather and get Harry Kane. Without a shadow of a doubt.
I don't think Kane does that, though.
But Kane might not do that, yeah. But if we presented the bag,
but it's like I've left Tottenham because they don't win stuff. Like, why would they go to Arsenal? And
What do you mean on the ethical level?
Now, you know what? Oscar makes a point.
No, hang on.
Nah, Oscar makes
Two
a point.
things. Because number one, money talks.
Bro, man's moved across.
Money talks.
Where is the vertical move? I'm moved across.
I'm not gonna say it's vertical. It's moved across.
Man jumped on the bus with his Oyster card. That's what he did.
Not even Aubameyang, you know. Sir, all the trophies, bro.
And basically went to Enfield. That's not the type of move he needs to take.
If Kane goes off, I know where his heart is.
The thing is, the truth of the matter is, where he could go, I could see like Guardiola going in there and saying, "Hang on a minute, how much are we talking?"
I say he goes.
Yeah, but it's silly. He could get more money elsewhere. Why would he go to Arsenal?
I think if it was him, probably an Atleti with Diego Costa's not doing that.
Harry Kane is not going to Atletico Madrid. That's
I
not.
know what I'm saying. If I was him, what would he do?
Yeah, if I'm, I'd go to Atleti.
Why would you go to Atleti?
The only thing that Atleti like guarantees is regular Champions League football.
If Harry Kane makes a move, it's going to be on a Robin van Persie thing, where it's like, I'm going to win a league. Let me go win a league.
Yeah,
and that's all it will be.
You know, Kane's never lifted a trophy in life.
I know.
That's absurd. Next season, he is lifting a trophy, bruv. He's going to do something.
But he has to leave Tottenham if he wants to do that.
But you know what, Robin? You never know, man. Because I see Tottenham, on a sly. With Mourinho there, bro.
Peter believes in Mourinho, boy.
Here's what I believe. I believe that if Mourinho's in the town, the checkbook is there. There has to be a checkbook of some description.
Yeah.
So, or Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp could say, "Hey, Harry, do you want to win trophies, or do you want to stay over there in North London and win nothing?" He could go Liverpool.
I wouldn't say no.
Huh? You wouldn't say, oh, damn right you wouldn't say no.
That's the thing. No one. Why would anyone in their right mind say no to Harry Kane? There's no team in.
Thing is, Chelsea have bought Werner in it. So could you say yes to Harry Kane?
I'd still take Harry Kane.
You would, but Chelsea wouldn't.
Bro, Lampard would take Harry tomorrow. What are you talking about?
You know, Oscar, I don't know if it was you that said about this whole idea of Werner playing on the left.
Yeah, I think that's where he's come to play.
Would you sign Kane, to have like Werner on the right, not necessarily right wing, but like right forward, and then like Pulisic on the left and Kane up top?
Where's Ziyech?
He's number 10.
But they don't pay.
That's like 60 goals, you know.
Do you know what? Yeah, if Kane's available, I'll grab Kane. Yeah,
and this is what I'm saying, because they've already signed Werner, and I'm wondering, like, does it make sense for Chelsea to go for Kane? Because right now, if my man says, guys, car boot sale at Spurs, what's the man them saying? I think Chelsea think about it. I think United think about it.
I think every team in the league thinks about that.
Yeah, I think United should think about it as well.
I don't know, you know.
I think they should.
I don't know.
Because look, I know Martial, and we'll get into them.
Rate Tony.
No. It's not. I don't rate Tony. It's look. I'm sure Man United think the way I do as well.
I was thinking about it.
Yeah, the ways that the ways that I'm thinking is that Martial and Rashford are not getting me consistent numbers year to year. Right? Kane has already. You know when you signed Kane, there was 30 plus goals added to your account. It hasn't even happened yet.
No, you're right.
But 30 goals were added in.
It was accredited to Abraham.
That's the thing. He's wearing the training kit in 30 goals at Man United.
I'm not gonna lie.
Plus 30.
Pogba to Kane is
exactly.
Hey,
exactly.
that's mad.
So on that basis, bro, like for me, the best suit. Let me think. Who's the best suit for Harry Kane? Where would you not say, man? I can't think right now. There's options, blood. Real Madrid could go and buy him.
I think Madrid should think about it.
Juventus should think about it.
Because
but I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Juve should.
No, I'm not gonna lie.
Think about it.
I don't know if I just hate on other leagues. Yeah. But you see, like when you're winning 9 in a row, I don't respect it. Like I do not respect, especially because Juve. Juve have been to 2 Champions League finals in the last 5 years and have gotten pammed. You know, like Pamela Anderson. Pammed. And 4 in the. That's what I'm not. I don't know, bro. I feel like Chesney. Sorry, go on.
Ernest, I get that you don't respect it as a fan watching the game, but if you're a player who's played at Tottenham for X amount of years, become a Tottenham legend, I think is Kane their captain or what? But then, if are you sure you wouldn't be able to be like, you know what? If I go here, I can win 3 league titles in whatever country and do whatever, and I have those medals for life.
You saw yourself.
No, like obviously, like if you, I'll give you an example. Yeah, Danilo has won the league at City, Madrid, and now Juve. The brother has been in all the Turin and Milan cafes, living life. Them man there don't contribute. Like for me, I feel like a league title anywhere. Yeah, maybe not anywhere, like not in Hungary in the league, but like a league title in the top 5 leagues is special. I'm not trying to take anything away from people like, what's his name? What's your former manager? Sorry. Sorry just won the title, even though I don't think he's gonna be there.
Do you hear his quote for that?
What he said?
He said, "Right, you lot must be good because even I won a league title with them." Like he didn't even rate him. Yeah,
because the way he was looking at one point into about a gazump this thing.
Oh my god, yeah.
But like I feel like I don't want to take anything away from them. But I just feel like there's levels to this Europe team, you know. There's levels, bro. And Juve are pretenders, bro.
So should they get Kane?
I think they should.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I think they should, but like I see what Oscar's saying as far as like Kane has never won a trophy in his life.
That's bizarre.
And Harry Kane, like what's that Endo saying? 24 and 34. But the guy scored 18 goals this season, and man was in A&E half time. So like for Kane, it's special. Chesney went from 5-0 against Bayern Munich. Every week I play with Ronaldo. You're the one. So like I can't hate on Kane for wanting to go there. I just feel like maybe just an inner rant I just wanted to say, but there's some leagues I just feel like, nah, you don't need to do better than this, man. I know when Juve panned Monaco, the year Monaco came to the Etihad and splashed on City.
Yeah.
And then conceded 4. I was like, what are you not doing, bro?
And you wanted Monaco to be in that final because they'll give a better
do you see what I'm
fee.
saying? Yeah, but I don't know. But yeah, if Juve are smart, and especially under like Allegri made Mandzukic into the next, bro. He was Goku, bro. The other one. So like,
we get Allegri. Oh
like,
God.
Harry Kane should consider possibly leaving the league if like teams are just going to be dilly-dallying. There's like, according to Sky Sports, there's 70 days till the transfer window's done. He needs to be packing his bags now, bro.
Today.
And be saying like, yo, and them, I'm out.
He must have a flight booked. Even if it's to Manchester, like just get him on a plane somewhere.
He's too cold.
Because he can't do another year. But at the same time, guys, let me ask you this question. Will Jose Mourinho win silverware next season?
No.
If I was him, I'd go hammer and tong for the Europa League.
Same.
I'll treat it like it's a
Champions League.
It's a European trophy and it's a trophy nonetheless. Tottenham Hotspur absolutely unequivocally should go for the Europa League.
Unequivocally.
No, I'm with Adrian 100%.
Adrian is 100% spot on. Will they win a silverware next season, Tottenham Hotspur?
I think
players, man. That's the annoying thing.
They do need players.
it's still early to say. Yeah.
It's not even that. Like, you don't want to back Tottenham because, like, if you put your money on Tottenham to win a trophy, then you're an idiot. But if you like Jose, then it's like, oh, I do kind of believe in Jose.
Interesting. All right, we'll move on.
I think you will. You know, I think it will be to the ire of Spurs fans. You'll play crap football. You'll piss players off. You won't play Ndombele. Harry Winks will still be starting. But do you know what he'll say at the end of the day? I won the Carabao Cup. How many trophies have Spurs won in the last 12 years?
Yeah.
Nothing.
No, he always tries to vindicate himself.
Yeah. Oh, he'll always find a way to vindicate himself. You're absolutely right, Oscar. Yeah. And he'll say 12 years. He'll be shouting 13 years. Yeah. I can't wait. Right. My favorite topic. Leicester City, 5th place.
Brendan. Before we start, I want to hear man's rating. That's what I want to hear.
Before we even start, I need to make an apology to Peter because I thought he was mad.
It's fine.
I need to apologize. I apologize.
But Robin, before you apologize, can we factor in the fact that at the time when Leicester were free rolling and they were 3rd and they were next to City in that, you man were coming on this podcast every week, including me sometimes, saying that 5th place is a Champions League guaranteed spot, and it wasn't. Does that change anything?
What do you mean?
No,
because we all
I didn't say guarantee.
When people said Leicester were getting Champions League, 5th place was a factor.
No, but before the ban came into play, the ban came in when?
February?
Yeah. February. The ban came in February.
Yeah, but the ban was coming before it came. You know what I mean?
No, but like, as in, do you remember it was like breaking news? They got slapped with a ban, and then they went to appeal it. That was in February.
Okay.
It was the day before. Do you remember it was the day before the Real Madrid game? I swear. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, it was. It was when Peter said at Christmas, he said Leicester dropping out, and I was like, "You're mad."
Christmas, by the way, somebody can find the table at Christmas because not only did they not make the Champions League, I want to know how many points they were ahead of Manchester United. You got it at Christmas.
Yeah.
Bro, talk to me. Well, because or find me a place when Leicester was 2nd, because everyone
they were second at one point.
On New Year's Day.
On New Year's Day, thank you, Adrian. New Year's Day, look that up, rude boy, and tell me how many points clear were they of Manchester United. And I'll have my 2 pence on Brendan Rodgers, and then the floor is yours.
It was. Hold on, let me get it. So New Year's Day. Hold on.
By the way, this is whack.
So on New Year's Day, Leicester won 45. Man City were 5th with 31.
Piss off, man.
Huh?
On New Year's Day.
Get Brendan out.
What,
No.
Did you say Man City were fifth?
He bottled it.
Man City were fifth.
He meant Man United.
With 45 points. City were behind them with 44. Chelsea had 36. Man United 31.
Unbelievable.
Leicester City dropped 14 points. Yeah? Dropped 14 points.
And before lockdown, yeah?
Yeah?
So before lockdown, it was Liverpool, City, Leicester, Chelsea, yeah? Leicester won 53, yeah? With how many games left? 7? With 8 games left. Yeah? I think it's 8. Is it 8?
It's like 8-9. It's like 8-9.
8-9, whatever it is. 53, United won 45.
So with 8 games to go.
Oh, it's bad.
Man, them.
It's bad.
You may speak your piece.
It's bad. What's that Endo said 14 points ahead of United? It's bad.
Let me just tell you this right now. Brendan Rodgers, David Brent, the biggest bottle job in English football history. He's the worst. Because you know what's mad about that Liverpool season? Because it still carries weight. And not long ago did I watch Premier League years. I can't believe with 3 games to go, this guy lost the Premier League title. After beating City. Do you know what I'm saying? They beat City and then City went on to win it. Man, listen. Brendan Rodgers is a bottle job, yeah? And I said it from day. I'd never believed in him, never trusted him. I know he had a good start to the season, but this is a marathon, blood, not a sprint. And in the same vein, Liverpool went out of that Premier League title run, sprinting thing. Man was sprinting and tried to sprint a marathon. It doesn't work like that. The man is not tactically aware. I thought at Celtic he went and he relearned his trade, came back, came hard. And let's make a mistake about this, right? What he's done at Leicester, finishing 5th, is a tremendous job. At the end of the day, he still gets a 9 out of 10 for me. I'm going to give him 9 because what he's done. Remember when Leicester, after winning the league, it was one of those where Ranieri got sacked because they thought they were going to get relegated again. You know, it was quite. Here they are, one minute wonders. And if they got in the top 4 this year, we would have said, you know what, bro? Leicester are for real, you know. They're actually a good side. You know what I'm saying? If we're going to give Wolves the respect, we have to give Leicester the respect. But he finished 8th last year with Leicester City. He was 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and he finished 5th with 1 game to go. The man is a bottle job, blood. He's a bottle job.
Let's not lie, yeah? Man had the key injuries, though.
I don't give a monkey's, David. I don't want to hear injuries. What? No other club had injuries this season. What? No other club had injuries. We spoke about United's situation with Pogba. Do you know what I'm saying?
And Tony.
And Rashford.
Yeah. And they were fit during lockdown. And then they signed Bruno. Whoever made that signing needs to give themselves a pay rise, bro.
We'll get to Man United. Don't worry. David, even though you're right, they did have injuries that did cost them. But the only one I'm thinking of is Pereira. I don't think Maddison cost them, and I don't think Chilwell cost them.
Maddison definitely did cost them.
Nah,
Madison definitely did.
Maddison was drip master. Them man there weren't winning. They weren't great with him. It was just like he's there, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's just another one. Like you take him away, who is their creative midfielder?
Indeed.
Yeah, but I feel like even when he was there, I didn't see, especially second half of the season, I didn't really see much of impact.
I hear what you're saying, but when you just look at
Tielemans is air, you know.
You think so?
Tielemans is air.
Do you know what? No, do you know what I think about Tielemans? Yeah, because I used to think that at the start of the season, I thought this guy's overrated. They spent 40 million quid on him. What a waste of money. Then I realized something. I thought, do you know what? I think he plays like a different kind of football to what his team does.
Yeah.
I feel like he thinks differently, and it's just not. They've not got the symmetry there yet.
Brendan tried to turn them into Liverpool 014.
Oh God!
And it was just a lot of athleticism, a lot of running. But he's actually got creative players in that team.
Yeah,
i.e. Ayode Perez.
He has got creative players.
And don't get me wrong, I don't think I think maybe Leicester gassed us up after that 9-0, but I'm just like I don't really. After a while, it was like this Leicester team is not great. It's not.
Remember his demise at Liverpool after selling Suarez? Like, man, were like, oh, he has no Suarez, he has no Sturridge. The guy was like 8.
Yeah.
It was not acceptable. He is a big job.
The games where I say like missing Maddison was an issue was they drew 1-1 with Leicester. They then drew nil. Sorry. Watford. They then drew 0-0 with Brighton. They then lost 2-1 to Leicester. I mean to Everton.
They even drew with Norwich. Before the lockdown,
they lost to Norwich. To Norwich before the lockdown. 1-0. They lost.
No, they drew.
Huh? They lost 1-0 on Friday, the 28th of February. They lost 1-0 to Norwich.
They lost.
I'm looking at the fixtures now, and then obviously, so those games coupled with the Bournemouth defeat at the end, it really it was minor. Like they lost out on this whole thing by like 2 points.
Oscar, it's unacceptable.
No, facts. You're right. It's a bottle job. I'm not defending it.
They dropped 16 points. Can you imagine a Premier League title race where Man City are 18 points, 16 points, 14 points ahead of Liverpool, and they lost the league? Fam. Nah, man. I'm not saying they should sack Brendan. I don't think they should, yeah? But he is not good enough. He's not a good manager. And he's a bottle job. Huh?
Like, I agree wholeheartedly he's bottled it, but to not call him a good manager, because I think like you heard what I said. They bottled it unequivocally. I'm disgusted at Leicester. I'm disgusted at Brendan Rodgers. But to add testament to David's point, Leicester have a very, very, very thin squad. And when Ndidi is injured, you say, oh, it's only a CDM, but that causes so much damage to where, hang on a minute, Maddison has to drop deeper. Madison stopped beating as much as he has.
Because Chowdhury is still not there yet, man.
See, you've just reminded me. Now you said Chowdhury's reminded me of something. Old Trafford, earlier this season, Manchester United versus Leicester City. A United side who were there for the taking. They were there for the taking. Yeah. And what did my man turn up with? Ndidi and Chowdhury at Old Trafford.
But that's his team, PR.
No, Oscar, don't do that. Don't do that. He dropped his best players and he played them, man, there. He didn't play Tielemans. He didn't play Madison. He went up there with Chowdhury and Ndidi in midfield.
He lost.
Yeah, he played 4-2-3-1, no?
Bro, yeah, but his two in defensive midfield was not what he was playing with all season. Then he rocks up to Old Trafford. Oh, let's be cautious. Like to say United were top of the league. When they went to Anfield, he was giving it full beans. Man went to Man United and started drinking.
Well, okay, Pete, I've just looked at their team sheet on that day. They played in midfield: Damari Gray, Yuri Tielemans, Madison, Chowdhury, and
Start again. Damari Gray.
Damari Gray. He's air, but it's him or Harvey Barnes. Do you know what I mean?
Harvey Barnes is better.
Harvey Barnes has done much better this season.
Harvey Barnes is better. That's true.
This is his breakout season. Like, we didn't know much of him at that time.
No, man, I liked him last season as well, man. I thought he was all right last season.
But my point was, he played Tielemans, he played Madison, he played Ndidi in that same game.
Did he not play Chowdhury?
He did play Chowdhury also.
Well, he went defensive, is what I'm saying.
I think he played Madison on the wing. I think that might have been a thing. I don't know.
Bro, don't defend. Don't bring up the team sheet, bro.
The reason I bring up the team sheet, he bottled it. No one can deny that he didn't bottle it. But the reason I bring up the team sheet is because he does not have the squad of United and Chelsea.
Bro, that's not why he did not make the top 4. Come off that, bro.
Yeah.
He flopped.
It's a factor.
Are you not telling me with a straight face that if I restart a lockdown, in June, and I'm already in third, that I didn't make it I didn't finish in the top 4. Not even just say finish third. I didn't finish.
It's a howler.
The argument is nuanced. Of course he bottled it. But at the same time, it's like when Ricardo Pereira is injured, they've literally got no width, no attacking threat on the right hand side. Now, I like Jose Perez, but I think he's one of those nothing players. He's a bit like Daniel Pacheco, where he's not good enough to be a striker. He's not physical enough. He's not creative enough to be a 10. He's not dynamic enough to be a winger. But he's a decent footballer anyway. I want to put him in the side. So I do feel for Brendan to a degree. But he bottled it nonetheless.
You feel for him.
I fought for him.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
bruv.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You, bruv. Me.
Pete, you've had it in for Brendan day one. Boss like Endo said,
I've been saying this from day, and this wasn't an accident. This wasn't an accident.
Boss like Endo said, I still haven't forgiven Rodgers since that year we sold Suarez and we bought a bunch of dead players. After we beat City and Norwich in 2013-14, I thought the league was done, but we bottled it when you came up against Mourinho.
You see that season there, yeah? You blend that one on Brendan Rodgers. Adrian, remember me saying, you've got Daniel Agger, bruv. Why are you playing Skirtle when Mamadou Sakho, bruv? In defense.
Yeah, I never understood why Daniel Agger wasn't getting.
Agger is in that defense.
The thing is,
sometimes you have to look at Brendan.
In fairness, Liverpool won every game from January up until April.
For me, I will never believe that he's that guy ever since he decided to do press-ups in front of Memphis Depay in order to try and decide.
He did a bench press, blood. They took him in and a bench press, blood. That's wild. And he talked about the mentality of the football club. Like, if you can't bench bigger than me, Brendan Rodgers is a nutcase, blood. When he went to Celtic, I thought my man's, you know what I'm saying? He's recharged. He's got a new life. He's come back. He looked a bit more humble, a bit more jovial. You know what I'm saying? None of this, I think we were outstanding when they lost.
He did exactly what I said Harry Kane should do. He went away and won leagues and then said, I'm going to come back to fight the real fight.
But let's keep it what it is. Brendan Rodgers, Leicester City finished 5th in the league because they got a manager that is not consistent. And he's a bottle drop come towards the end of the season. That's it. Anyway, we'll move on. What were they out of 10? Because I'm giving them 9.
7.
Yeah. I'll give him an 8 still.
Yeah?
They've done well. They're in the group stages of the Europa League. So, yeah, well done.
Well done.
Because on paper, objectively, and to get Leicester into the top 5, to finish 5th, with a chance to win it, with a chance to go into the top 4 in the final day of the season. At the start of the season, we'll take that. I can't erase what's gone on between August to July. I can't erase it. I think unfortunately it has to be a 7 purely because of what they had.
It's not even from August. It's from Christmas to now. When you look at that record, you're just like, oh, Brendan.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah,
it's bad.
Big up Jamie Vardy being the top goal scorer, oldest in England. Fair play to him, man. And I doubted him. I was saying, like he's up to December. We won't see him again. And then he got his head down.
I think he's one of the best players to win to get that 100 goal thing in the Prem. He's actually better than a lot of on that list.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, Bear Man have got that 100 goal mark.
He did it in a short time.
Yeah, I'm saying.
And at his age as well. You can't respect it.
Yeah, 33. I think the last top goal scorer of the highest age was Drogba, isn't it? 32 in 2010. Fair play to him, mate. Right, 4th place, Chelsea.
Chelsea. Happy days. Super Frank Lampard.
Give Chelsea out of 10, guys. This is a very weird one, I think.
Considering they had the transfer ban, you've sold Hazard. Had a lot of young kids come in. I'll give him an 8.
I was going to say 8, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go 8. I'll go 8.5 because I did not give Chelsea a prayer for top 4.
Do you know what? Yeah, when I listened back to the old podcast, none of us did. None of us said they'd get in top 4. We were saying 6th and 5th.
But I was worried about Lampard and the squad.
100%.
For me, it was both.
Lampard got a lot of criticism for sure at the start of the season.
I've come out of this season believing in Lampard a lot more. I think he's a top manager.
I just feel like I think what helped you massively is that you signed Pulisic before your transfer ban. Had you not signed him, I think we'd be having a different story.
Hey,
man, like Captain America.
Like Robin, that is a sick point because I don't know what Chelsea we would have. Because remember, Oscar's giving pieces. Relax. No, it was like for the ban. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I think
they signed him not in January, the January before.
We signed him before. We signed him before the ban was imposed. But I think Pulisic's been way more effective after the restart for Chelsea. Before the restart, Pulisic wasn't in the same league. Like everyone's making out like Pulisic has had the most amazing season, whereas I think he's had amazing patches of the season.
Yeah, definitely not. Yeah,
like I'm seeing some Chelsea fans are saying, "Oh, he's our player of the season." I'm like, no, he's not. Like Pulisic has been great since we've come back from lockdown. But before that, there was a moment in time where Lampard wouldn't even put him in the team. Like
your guy's been Kovacic, isn't it?
Oh, Kovacic has been outstanding.
Top 5 central midfielder in the Premier League. I don't want to hear none of our chat. He's too cold.
Top 5 in the
He is the best player in the Prem at beating the press. No one does it better. No one.
No one
too cold,
bro. Ever since he settled into that Chelsea team, he's just been our best player. He's been quality. He's been absolutely quality.
Madrid. I was like, right, is this guy actually going to be quality? And then I think after Sarri for me was the prerequisite for where a lot of your midfield is today. I don't think that they will perform the same without Sarri's influence.
Oh God, yeah.
So
I would never take any credit from Sarri. I can see that clearly.
As much as he was very much like an old man stuck in his ways in some capacity, if it wasn't for him, I don't think we see how good your midfield is.
They're so intelligent now, isn't it? Chelsea, like we've got to mature.
I rated them from last season. I was like, nah, Chelsea midfield. Bro, remember when we watched the game live? And I think I said it to Peter. I said, bro, the first game of I said we are getting panned in midfield
at Old Trafford.
Yeah, and I was like, and that's why for me the 4-0 was fake. It was the Stamford Bridge one. I said, we've beaten this team.
I remember Oscar sort of coming out in that Old Trafford game thinking, this is so unfair. Like, how have we lost 4-0? Because it doesn't tell the story.
Because Tammy was hitting the post.
He hit the post, he hit the crossbar, he hit everything.
Cream coom of the crankoom. The is weird. He's a strange football player.
In that podcast, the first podcast of the season, Peter, you said that Tammy Abraham wouldn't get 10 Premier League goals. And I think Ernest and Adrian were the only ones who backed him to get over 10.
I mean,
he got 15.
15.
Fantastic. Well done to Tammy Abraham. He proved me wrong.
Why is Adrian laughing?
Adrian thinks I won't be humble. The thing is, I think congrats to him on getting the 15. I do think he's lost his first team place at Chelsea, though.
Oh, big facts.
Yeah.
So, kind of a bit like, oh damn, okay, should we have you had to sign a striker in the day. But then even Giroud's on the best form of his football career. So it's a bit like, even if there was no Werner, you still start Giroud, wouldn't you, next season?
Let me get onto a question. We had a question about it earlier when we mentioned Werner. Boss like Endo said, Oscar, this shows your level of football intelligence if you think Lampard spent 50 mil on Werner to play on the wing. My head. Now the answer to that, what I would say is that at the beginning of this season, Lampard said that Tammy Abraham was his number 9. Come towards the end of the season, it was Giroud. Everyone's waxing Liverpool about Pulisic. Lampard was the same manager that basically shunned Pulisic out the team and didn't play Pulisic for a long period of time, and people were crying for this guy. So Lampard's tendency to change his mind it happens all the time. So I think he's brought Werner in, and for some reason, I don't see Werner working as a centre forward at Chelsea. I just don't see it. Most of the goals he scored at Leipzig were on the wing, where he had plenty of space. If you see how we play now, looking at this season, where Tammy has struggled and where Giroud has excelled, I don't see Werner filling in those positions and being the centre forward he needs. I see Werner starting maybe 4 or 5 games up top before Giroud comes in and Lampard's up again.
Is not near Giroud's.
We have to change the way we play to accommodate Werner as a centre forward. That's why I say that.
Right. Wow.
So I'm not saying Werner won't play, but as it stands right now, I can see Werner playing on the wing because he would be more effective in that role.
I see what you're saying.
It's very interesting. So, at the front forward end, you seem to be okay. Ziyech coming in, that's looking exciting.
A possible Kai Havertz as well. The way
if they sign Kai Havertz, that's
I'm so shook, bro.
It's a
when it comes to the people that we're linked with, I am gassed for Ziyech. I think he's going to be cold. I am gassed if we get Kai Havertz over the line. I think we need him, and I think he's going to be sick. Werner is the only one I'm like, cautious about. I don't know what's going to happen with Timo Werner. I just don't know.
But okay, so that the front end seems looking good, but the back end, rude boy,
big man.
I mean, you dropped Kepa for the last game of the season,
Wait,
a crucial game.
Wait, yo, taxi.
You know what? Yeah, you know what? On Kepa, I had to come to my realization about Kepa, because I think last season, he had many howlers last season, but amongst his howlers, he also had some good performances. He had good games where he made top saves. This season, he's been nothing but trash. This season, Kepa could have single-handedly cost us top 4. Like, he literally, I would say we lost about maybe 9 points because of Kepa's mistakes. Like, I'm not even joking.
A man said to me today, he has conceded 50% of the shots he's faced. You know how wild that is?
Wow.
Ernest, I saw a video yesterday. I don't know why I didn't save it. There's a tweet, compilation,
And it's Kepa.
That's the one.
Yeah, send it to me. Send it to me. I didn't see it.
That's good footage.
A man said to me, half of the he's faced, he's conceded. I said, flip it. This is a top 4 goalkeeper.
Guys, he makes
he's the most expensive goalkeeper in the world.
Nah, that's wild.
Yeah, I mean, it's a howler. It's a howler. Every shot that goes at him, it looks like a worldie. Every goal. Why is every goal look like a worldie? Like everything. Top in, looping.
Spaghetti hoops, you know.
I'm telling you,
It's air, bro. It's air.
Oscar, I called him out day 1. I called him out. I said he's utter garbage, and you wasted a whole load of money on him. Him out, and then in front of him, there's no real confidence, because Rudiger, Christensen, Zuma, whatever you like, the fullback.
Oscar, in your opinion, who is the best centre back?
I don't know.
Man, I had said Christensen, but then he proved himself to be a donut in the last 10 games. So I don't know. It's between him and Zuma, but I maintain the fact that regardless of who we get in or who Lampard plays, the one thing I know for sure is I don't want Rudiger in my team. That's number 1. Number 2, Lampard needs to work out a defensive system on how a team defends, because from midfield, forget defenders, from midfield, our midfield is like water. People just run through us, and your defense is exposed all the time. So, top defenders would look crap in our defense.
I think your issues are way more about your system than the players you have. Don't get me wrong. I think Rudiger. I'm so sad that I used to rate Rudiger. I'm so pissed that I used to rate him, bro, because he's air. Yeah, he was the only one. He was the only black brother in Roma, so I thought, he's black in Italy. He must have gone through bad things in his life, so he must be good. But I'm looking at the way you lot defend, bro. I think the first time I clocked it was Ajax. I said, hold on. Oh, what? what is happening?
That defensive performance at Stamford Bridge against Ajax?
Yeah. Terrible. But then remember, we went away.
You have better fullbacks than you have centre backs, and I'll say another thing. I think that Lampard is I think he's hyper attack.
Do you think they've got better fullbacks than centre backs?
Big facts.
Because I think they're the same across the board.
Nah. Chelsea's goals are more central than they are on the wing. I think a lot of their goals come through the middle, and I'm just like, that's a centre back issue.
You mean the goals they concede?
They concede, sorry. And also, one thing that Lampard does in a couple games, I'm not all the games, is that he doesn't protect Jorginho enough. The guy does not have a defensive bone in his body. If you're trying to get a DM, because I heard two Chelsea fans say today that they wouldn't mind selling Kante because now he spent more time in A&E. Man's never really there or whatever. So I feel like if Chelsea could sign like because I'm hearing Declan Rice in centre back, I'm like, what are you man on?
So that's what people are saying.
I think personally Declan Rice for DM, and then you're able to have a bit of balance in midfield. The problem you're gonna have,
he's not good.
No, that's not true, David. That's not true.
I disagree. I think Declan Rice has something about him, bro.
You're not fan of rice and peas, yeah?
He's
rice and peas.
He's breaking. But he definitely fixes your midfield. He fixes a lot of people's midfield, right?
I think he's good.
I'm not saying he's good, bro. I'm not saying he's self-righteous, but he is actually better than I gave him credit for, innit? I watched him in a couple of games West Ham. I'm like, you know what? Since the restart, I think he's actually been cold.
He's their player of the year as well.
Is he?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Hammer of the year.
There's a difference between playing for relegation survival and then the elite.
Oh, David, let's not do this.
Yeah, no, David, you're right. David.
I don't want to hear nothing from you next season if you get him, bro.
I don't know. Think about Rice, yeah. Bro, David. The thing about Declan Rice, yeah, he's 21 years old, bro. He's 21.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
he is only gonna get better.
Yeah.
Okay. Go and get him.
Okay.
I don't hear nothing, bro.
He will smell for a few years. He will smell.
I hear David because honestly, since the Gerrard Lampard era, how many midfielders that are English have been spoken of such caliber? And have
in this chat said he's creme de la creme.
But you're saying that he should win Chelsea
because, bro, they can't defend in midfield. They cannot defend in midfield. Like as soon as a player goes into the wing, gets past Willian, bro, it's long for them. It's long.
Oh, you're right.
And Jorginho, for me, Jorginho is a Ferrero Rocher in a celebrations box. That man cannot defend.
Wow,
it's fantastic.
So for me, if you're gonna have Jorginho play, by all means play him, but he definitely needs to have some brittle and bone about him. Like he needs to have something about him.
But shoot, my issue with Jorginho is that I feel like you're not doing either. Like if you're not playing in Surrey's system, then you're not dictating everything that comes through Chelsea. You're not the guy receiving the ball from the centre backs all the time and spraying it. But then you're not providing enough attacking and you're not providing enough defensively. So you're just there. Like I like Jorginho, he's a great player. He keeps things ticking over, but he becomes a luxury in Chelsea's team under Lampard.
Right.
I don't see what he's there for. I would much rather play Kante, Kovacic, and an attacking midfielder.
Yeah, because Lampard requires very much quick passing in midfield.
So last season, when people were saying they want Jorginho out of the team, I was saying no, because under Sarri it made sense. In the Lampard system, we need defensive-minded players.
Yeah.
And Jorginho's not that. He plays in a defensive position area of the pitch, but he's attack-minded. It's weird.
And also he's the weakest to play in that position. You don't play Jorginho as the deepest line player in your team unless he's Carrick, bro. Unless he's pinging balls to Mason Mount and your wingers and that, it's not working. But obviously, people have learned from last season that because he doesn't defend, his tackle percentage isn't high. So you need someone next to him who's going to protect him. If that's not the case, he needs to be on the bench. As much as I love him, I think if you're not signing Declan Rice or Thomas Partey and Ndidi, you cannot play Jorginho in Lampard's system. You cannot do it. Can't do it.
We got a few more comments and then we can get off Chelsea. SW6, very sick postcode, ex-London, said Chelsea. Nice. What's that? Endo said Chelsea have qualified for the CL in consecutive seasons for the first time since 2014-15. Next year, title charge, question mark.
For the first time?
Yeah, because we've been in and out. You know what I mean?
Yaga, yeah?
Yeah, we've been in and out. So, yeah, credit to Lampard for getting them there.
Title challenge, no chance. Unless you buy 2 centre-halves and a goalkeeper, and 2 centre-halves and a goalkeeper, then yes.
Chelsea needs to spend like 400 million.
No title challenge.
Yeah,
Genuinely,
I don't think it's 400 million.
Genuinely,
Declan Rice has the third highest interceptions in the Premier League this season.
Who's highest than Ndidi?
Ndidi higher.
Ndidi and Diego Rico.
So genuinely,
go and sign him, please.
Genuinely, And
I wouldn't mind it.
Fixes your let me not say fixes. He helps midfield, bro. He helps your midfield.
The thing with Declan Rice is, if you sign him, he needs to become accustomed to playing in a team that has the ball a lot. So he's going to get better on the ball, and then he'll adapt to that role. He's got time. He's 20. I think he'll be a good signing.
I'll be honest here. Sorry to cut you, Oscar. If Ross Barkley can get resurrected, I think Declan Rice can.
When did Barkley get resurrected? What are we talking about?
like 5 good games.
You sure?
Are we going to pretend that Ross Barkley has been wavy since he's been at Chelsea?
He's not.
Oh.
Nah, he's improved, Oscar.
Oscar doesn't like Barkley. I've been telling you about 15 million quid they paid for him. 15.
No, I'm saying after the Valencia penalty, he resurrected.
He played okay. He's been all right. He's had a decent season. Like he's been decent.
He's not the waviest, but
How old is Barkley?
The most man have in the midfields in the Prem.
Why is Mount having a better season than you at 21? Like
Mount and Barkley don't play the same position, do they?
No, but like why am I treating you like you're one of the young players? You're not Tammy, you're not Mount, you're not Reece James. Why am I waiting on you, Barkley?
Barkley will never play at Chelsea, and I think he knows that.
What'd you say?
He will never play number 10 at Chelsea, and I think he knows that. His best season in the Premier League has been number 10 behind Lukaku. He will never play in that position again.
Yeah, I think what's best for both parties is if he goes. I want Ross Barkley to do well at Chelsea. Huh?
What about as a squad player?
Yeah, but how many squad players are you gonna have? Bear in mind we didn't have Ruben all season.
You might have decided to splash all over Europe. So that's you problem. So,
yeah, but Havertz is coming in. Ruben's there now, so he's another one. So it's either him or Ruben, I think.
Oscar, if you're gonna play 60 games a year, you need Ross Barkley's in your team. Because the likelihood of Loftus-Cheek going back into A&E is very high. So you need Ross Barkley's.
That's true. I'm with you. I'm not mad if we keep him. I'm just not like excited about Ross Barkley. A few more comments came in. Giroud and Willian are the highest credit. Without them, it's all a myth. Are due the highest credit, sorry. Yeah, they both had great ends to the season. Both of them, they did well.
They both have.
Again, SW6 London says, considering Giroud and Willian's contract situation, they kept their heads down and delivered. Yeah, facts. Can't say nothing bad about them. They were great for us this season when we needed them.
Facts. Manchester United, 3rd place. What are we giving them, ladies and gentlemen?
United. What?
Finishing 3rd, I'm giving them a 7.
No,
considering.
Yeah, 7.
You're giving them an 8. Yeah.
Considering how they started.
Yeah.
Right.
How they started, what we went through,
what they were.
What they were. Like, we've had in this podcast when we talked about our lineup. Like, talk about our lineup.
How can
I'm not with that
still. How
the fact that we ended up, how did we end up? It's a very good question.
Listen. Whoever signed Bruno needs to give themselves a pay rise.
No, I'm sorry, bro. United should be 3rd.
No, but David, do they? Considering they turned them down 6 months.
Whoever it was, and I'm not saying Woodward. Whoever found him, bro. Whoever scouted, bro. Yo. Hello, guy.
To be fair, that transfer definitely saved their season for sure.
Mm-hmm. That's why I think 8 is a bit too high, because if you look at what Oli had going into the beginning of this season, he said I need a fullback, they got in Wan-Bissaka. He said I need a centre back, they got in Maguire. They played out the season and it was a poor start due to injuries and whatnot, but it was poor. They then went to go again in the transfer window and got in Bruno, and Bruno pushed them over the line.
Injuries were to big players though.
Yeah, but isn't that the same for everyone?
No, because what? It's tight.
But okay, but like,
name me our midfield in September when Pogba got injured. Don't worry, I'll wait.
Fred McTominay and
Matic.
Are them man taking us to top 3? Let's not do this today. Let's not do
probably
that.
Listen, let's be forget. There was a time in life where Pereira, Fred, McTominay, man, they had some utter garbage in midfield.
No, honestly,
It was bad.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. We for what Oli has had, like I think he's done well. I think as a club, I think we could do better. But I think Oli's come from flipping Scandinavia. He's come to Cardiff. He's come to the Prem. He's come to Man United. Finished 6th. Got battered by Cardiff at home last season. This season has had to deal with Pogba being out for 6 months or however long it was. I think it was like the majority of the season we haven't seen Pogba. Yeah. Then we had
Rashford.
We had Tony out for 2 months. Then we had Rashford out for 3 months with a back injury. And we've all seen what Rashford has been on since lockdown. He's been garbage, bro. Yeah. For me, I feel like with Man United, you have to dissect it because I think SW6 London is not. What's like Endo? Sorry, we finished on 66 points. There's so many ways to look at Man United season, yeah, because we finished on the same points on the
That's Chelsea.
We finished 66 points, same as City. The City finished 4th. And then we finished 5th, I think. Then we finished the same points last season. Obviously, the squad is improved.
I heard there was similar points with Moyes. What's the situation?
Moyes was 63. I forgot it. Really? But also look at the fact that we've improved in some ways. We conceded 54 goals last year. I think this year has been like 37 or something, 36. So there has been improvement in some capacity.
Great record.
How many times can you tell me, post Ferguson, that we have 2 strikers, not 1, 2 strikers who scored 17 goals each? You tell me.
It's the first time.
And then apparently I'm hearing our forwards scored 50 goals in between them this season. So there have been improvements that man can't even hate on.
I think it's 70. I think it's 70 right now.
Oh, bro, you could give me more numbers to prove my point. Wow. I don't even mind. Do you see what I'm saying? All I'm saying is this. I feel like Oli has done well. I think Oli has done his thing.
This is how I see it. Is it an achievement? Is it a celebration to be third? Of course not. It's Manchester United. But is it progress? Yes, it definitely is. It is 100% progress. I am not in the Europa League. I can enjoy my summer at peace.
I'm not in Europa this season. Inshallah, we don't go to Europa next season.
Boss like Endo said, Man United finished 3rd with 66 points. They came the same last season. That's not an improvement in the league. What? That's not improvement. The league has been awful. This reminds me of when they finished 2nd under Jose, just papering over cracks, in my opinion.
I think both things can be true at the same time. I think that there can be improvements, but there is papering over the cracks as well, because Man United, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on the conversation, we are always going to be judged on who we were.
Yep.
And I don't really think that's a problem, but I feel like we're into that zone now where we're 7 years post Ferguson, haven't won a league title, haven't been part of a title challenge, and so for me, I think that we're slowly coming out of the conversation of like elite teams.
Okay.
Like big clubs, our fan base is there, history is there, trophies are there, Pisa's there. But as far as relevance, we are not relevant anymore. So for me, I think Oli has started from a good base, but I think next season
he needs to be backed.
I'm not going to lie to you guys, man. I need 5 signers next season.
5.
You need them. And we're in the era of football now where it's not unrealistic to pursue that, because I'm hearing Sancho. I'm like, Bridget,
as soon as it hit midnight, I woke up this morning and I heard 98 million got rejected.
The transfer window ends on the 5th. We'll sign him on the 4th. We're not serious. I don't trust Woodward, period. Yeah. We're going to struggle to let go of Smalling and Sanchez. However long that's going to take, I don't really know.
Sanchez has had a good restart since
he's had a good restart to whatever.
What is the aim for Man United next season? What is good in your opinion? Is another 3rd place finish good?
Finish 3rd on better points or finish higher than 3rd?
Yeah. Because the target, because I remember Ernest said, I think at the start of the pod, he said he wouldn't accept any less than 3rd as a target this season, which we've done.
Did I say
some way? I think he said that. I can't remember at the start. I remember somebody saying minimum 3rd. And obviously at Christmas, none of us were seeing Man United top 4. Hell no. But this is when I give Ollie and I give
Burnley and West Ham.
Yeah.
But you see the level of what can get in the top 4. Our teams are getting beat by Burnley. I think Chelsea also got beat by West Ham. You know, this is unreal.
No,
man.
but at the same time, the fact we have to give United props for going on such a great run towards the end of the season to actually climb back up. Right. And people can say penalties and all that stuff and cry or whatever. But at the end of the day,
Charles me in the box.
Listen,
exactly, it's a penalty.
At Villa. I'm not letting that one go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're right. No, you're right. If man get 20 penalties, I've been fouled 20 times. The Bruno one, honestly, it
was Higgy.
So scandalous that I just sat there like, okay, the Premier League need Man United in the Champions League next year. It's like UEFA and Premier League had a handshake, you know, the emoji, blood, the handshake emoji. And something had to go down because could you imagine, blood, Leicester in the Champions League, bro? You know what I'm saying? And then Wolves could have been, you know, bro, John Fridays. I bet UEFA knocked on Premier League door. What? Sheffield United in Europa? Listen, what does it take? And then that scandalous decision with Villa. Do you remember Villa and Sheffield at the start of this restart? That scandalous decision.
Yes!
Like, Villa would have been gone. Villa would have been gone. I'll tell you what, Bournemouth must be very pissed. But anyway.
One thing I want to say United is that it's very simple. The board need to back Ollie because he, as much as we can banter about him, he's delivered. He has delivered what he needed to do.
He needs to shut his mouth though. He's talking crud, bro. he said that what did he say? I'll shut up all my haters or something. I'm like, whoa.
Not yet.
I think to an extent he has though.
No, but you know what? This is the thing I like about Man United finishing third. Do you know what I like about it? It gives the impression that United are not as bad as people made them out to be. And so what United could end up doing, and I think this is where probably Ernest and Roberts don't trust United's board, that, oh, no, actually, it's not all that bad, is it? We don't need to have 5 signings.
I don't trust
we don't need 5 signings, do we? 5? Are you sure?
5.
Because you don't see what's going on.
If
but at the same time,
Matic start next season, I'll be pissed.
Bro, listen, it's like the same thing with the Arsenal one. If we win the FA Cup, has it been a good or a bad season? The way the board will look at it. You'll never know. Things are over so much crack. Imagine if United win the Europa League as well, right? So you've won the Europa League, you finished third in the league, 5 signings. Ollie, calm down. Look at we're giving you the tools. We helped you out already. Here's 1 or 2. And then the wheels fall off at the start of the new season because you lot will be sitting there thinking, bruv, man, them did not say we should go into the league with Matic as our DM next season. It should not be happening. But if they do, it wouldn't surprise me because it looks like, wait, United have had a great season. Wait, they finished third? Oh, superb. Certain man here saying 8 out of 10. 8! For Man United, no chance. That's why I said 7 because
I said 7. I said 7.
Is real at the end of the day. You are third.
But the thing is, are we judging? What's it called? Man United according to their recent historic in terms of the recent year annual form, or are we judging them according to 2013?
See, that's the interesting point you brought up because it's only when you said, you know what, it's been 7 years. We can't be spoken about like
if
as an
AC Milan were 7 years without a trophy league title, which they are, go on this long with no league challenge. We are not talking about AC. We're not talking about Dortmund. Bro, we're not talking about Atletico Madrid.
How many times have we spoken about Serie A and AC has not left our lips? They are so irrelevant that we don't even think we can't remember them. When I think Allegri, I think I don't think AC.
Facts.
So with the United, to be honest, I think I'm trying to look at the ratings as what's happened this season only, just based on the fact that before a ball was kicked, what was our prediction of Man United and where did they finish? I think United did finish above our expectation because we think that they are poor in recent years. They are a Europa League side this season, but now they're a Champions League side, so they've gone above.
I think Bruno heavily changed my opinion of United and their ceiling.
Bruno's been fantastic.
But if I speak, they'll say I'm anti-black. So I'm gonna leave it alone.
Boss Like Endo made a comment. He said, "Do you man agree with me when I say Bruno's stat pads?"
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. This is Higgy, you know.
Higgy.
Bruno is Higgy.
Listen, bruv, he's the real deal, fam. Bruno Fernandes is top notch. Top notch.
Ernest, do you not attribute Man United making top 3 with him coming in and giving you that impression that you needed?
Bruno Fernandes has had the highest impact of any January signing I've seen in years.
It's facts.
If I sit here and tell you that he hasn't, I'm lying and I'm hating. However, the U is Higgy. He is high. What's the phrase? High
risk, high reward.
High risk, high reward. He will palm 20 passes and 2 of them will be assists. But you'll forget the bad game he's had. Yeah. And the only reason why people are not cutting him is because our forwards actually score. Because if you watch the 90 minutes for what they are, bro.
No, he was poor. He was definitely poor.
When I started to say, nah, this guy's weird, man. Because, like, in the counter-attack, we're good against Brighton. Cool. Aston Villa, in some of our games, the penalties have set us going.
Yeah.
Because psychologically, they affect the opposition.
Yeah.
But, bro, Southampton, I told man from early, Southampton are going to give us a game. What happened?
They gave you a game.
You know what? In fact, honourable mention to Hasenhüttl. The brother is cold.
Ralph.
He's a sick coach. Yeah. Conceding 9 goals to Leicester and say, you know what, man, it's a recharge team. Let's come back from cold stronger. Southampton did well. What stopped Southampton from being a team in the conversation for relegation? Yeah, they've done well. Yeah. Now,
they finished 11th, fam.
Look at that. I didn't even know that.
They finished 11th, blood.
I didn't even know that. Bro, Hasenhüttl and Lampard exposed Oli, bro, and exposed Bruno Fernandes as well. Bruno Fernandes is a guy that I feel like man were telling me, Pogba's playing now that Bruno's here. I said, listen, Pogba's our best player. You don't need to shut your mouth. He's our best player. Put Bruno at number 8, number 6, and let's see what my man's saying. He will get eaten alive.
How close do you think Pogba's performance could have been to detrimenting Man United's top 4 race at Leicester?
Do
that Leicester
Leicester?
Game? The Leicester game.
Let's rewind.
Okay.
West Ham. I wanted to spark him in his face. Bro.
The West Ham one.
Bro, listen, and I love the guy. I love Pogba. But this is exactly why people get onto man. What was that?
See, that's the thing, and that's the reason why I said I like this 3rd place finish, because we have ignored, not everyone, Man United fans will remember, but us man have ignored West Ham and Southampton, and that will be available next season.
And Leicester first half.
Leicester
first half of Leicester game.
Yeah, the first half.
No, but this is what I'm saying. If you don't watch the game, you think Bruno was cold. And the thing is, Matt Letizia said he's had an awful game, but he scored a penalty. He's been awful for like 5 games, and you man haven't clocked because he's stat pads. Endo is absolutely spot on. The guy has impact. Don't get me wrong, yeah. No, because I watched this guy and I said, I've never watched you in the Portuguese league. I will never watch the Portuguese.
31 league. Goals for Sporting Lisbon.
This guy is packing numbers. How do you watch him in 90 minutes? Bro, like,
hey.
And this is the thing. I think he was better pre-COVID. Like, people are rating him.
I genuinely think I just genuinely think he's tired. That's my opinion.
I am not having that. I'm not having that.
We're all tired.
No way. The brother,
you know what?
The brother doesn't have to go through half of the things that Matic and Pogba go through in midfield. He probably has the easiest job in midfield of all of our middle 3.
I agree.
And he is just passing to the advert board. I'm not having it.
But also, don't you think though, bro? Because I want to talk about this thing of playing bare games. Like the season resumed. What date was it? Was it 17th of June?
Yeah, he's played every single game.
And we played 10 games or so, like 8, 9 or 10 games, blood. In the space of a month, blood. Honestly,
and he done the full 120 minutes.
We normally take 10 months to do a season. In 1 month, we did 10 games, blood. I'm sorry. These players must be shattered. Absolutely.
Yeah,
shattered.
you can absolutely see it, and I think it does affect him too. I do hear the stat padding thing, but at the same time, I think he's done so much for us. He literally has, not say it's solely turned around this season, but he's had such a major impact, and he's not a bad player. He's just high risky, and you can see that.
Yeah.
He really does.
I can't lie to you, man. I want to see Sanchez in this team with these man.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not lying. I know Sanchez is something I'm hanging on to, but bro, I know.
All right. We got comments to get to, man.
But finally,
On 500 grand a week, I need 20 assists per game.
He will give you 20.
Nah.
He'll give you 20.
Pete, this is a Premier League season review. We're talking about Sanchez, who didn't play in the Premier League this year. I got to get to some of these comments.
Talk about Nazim.
Right, I didn't
mention Backguy though. I didn't mention him.
Yeah, I'm talking about
SW6X London said we give Bruno a 10, Mason at 8, and the rest is 6/7. I think you've done Martial a disservice there. Yeah, I think you've done Martial a disservice.
Yeah, 8. Did he watch Mason? Murder Mace. No. Mason Greenwood has a 10 out of 10 season. Are you
10.
mad? Murder Mace. My brother.
He needs to stick on the right, bruv. I don't want to hear this centre forward business, bruv. Stay on your right.
He is the most natural centre forward we have in our team. I don't care what anyone.
Do you remember when he said he was the best finisher?
He's the best finisher at Man United.
All this pressure.
Yeah.
All this pressure.
That's why.
Well, when he came on, we see why.
It's legit.
Stay on that right, bruv.
They said, I think they said before Bournemouth, which was another higgy game. Yeah, another bad game by Man United, but we won because our forwards are wavy. Yeah? Bro, they said I think up until that game, he had scored 9 goals, and only one of them was from a big chance created for him. Everything else he created himself. Murder Mace, 10 out of 10 season.
Oh, by the way, speaking of created chances, yeah, you just brought the word created. Guess who's got the most created chances for Arsenal this season? Just guess.
Hey,
Shaka.
David Luiz.
Mesut Ozil. We move on.
we had a comment. Our very first comment of the show came in 1 minute in. B16 MVX says Dean Henderson over David De Gea next season. If not, should he make a move to West London and join Frank Lampard's Super Chelsea?
Snap, guys, look at the talking points of Manchester United alone, bro. There's so many things to discuss because that third place is higgy. I kept telling my facts. That third spot is weird, bro. But you see my boy David, yeah. See my boy David.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Are you not losing sleep?
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is with him? Yeah. I think I'm gonna be on the fence with this one simply because I've watched David De Gea be the best team for 4 years.
This is what I was saying, Ernest. This is what I was saying last week, bruv. I'm telling these man, fam, I'm gonna blind this season.
So like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not saying sell De Gea. I'm not saying don't sell De Gea. I'm just saying that the criticism that he's come under is justified. Fact. I'm not gonna sit here and say he's been great. Yeah. But where was the criticism for Smalling and Jones when he had to deal with 4 seasons? Now that he's on bad form and he's been on bad form since the World Cup, I feel like man are saying David De Gea is dead. Right? I'm like, whoa,
no chance.
Whoa, and so for me, I'm like, listen, Dean Henderson has been talking crud for at least 12 months. The guy said last season, he said in the Championship when Sheffield United were there, he said, I want to be Manchester United's number 1. And I was like, raw, like he's cold, you know. Like, I'm not even going to pretend like he's not. Because you see Romero is chilling, bro. He knows that number 2 spot's not going anywhere. But you see Dean Henderson has genuinely proven this season, fair enough, it's in a lower team, concentration is a lot higher. Cool. But David De Gea deserves to be dropped. He deserves to be dropped. And for me, if it was Ferguson dropped him in his first season, no problem. But if I'm United, and 70 EMs comes for Dean Henderson, take the money. Take the money.
How much? 70?
Yeah.
70 million.
60 to 70 million comes for Dean Henderson, take the money.
Right, you know what though? B16's got a point, blood. If Lampard, yeah, could literally walk on that door and say, look, lads, you got De Gea, you got Romero, your goalkeeping situation is set.
Yeah.
Yeah? We want to buy him, and here is 70. I'm not even going to look at you. I'm not even going to look. It is 70 and crack on.
70.
Whoa.
No way.
Dean Henderson to Chelsea.
Yeah,
No
blood.
way.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Dean Henderson at Chelsea for me makes sense.
That would be superb.
That makes sense. The guy's
An
like
absolute superb.
the guy's like 10 years old. He's gonna be there for time, bro. So it's like I think Chelsea can make it happen.
I mean, I would even, do you know what? Because you know my thoughts on this goalkeeper already. But I'd take him at Leicester City because you already know what I think about Kasper Schmeichel. I think Henderson's better.
Oh, speaking of Kasper Schmeichel, what happened there at the end of that game?
League winner, bruv.
His performance against Bournemouth away this season tells you all you need to know about Kasper Schmeichel.
Hey, listen, Premier League winner, bruv. Leave the guy alone, bruv.
He cost someone 6 bags. He cost someone 6 bags.
I think thinking about his dad, Johnny Evans was thinking about Ferguson, bro.
On a real, bro. Evans got paid. I'm telling you now.
Yeah.
Evans got paid by Fergie and said, "Look, there's a lot at stake. You know, we go way back.
Yeah.
I'll look after Nan. I'll sort her out when whatever.
Whatever that means.
Whatever that means. You know what I'm saying? Blood. Evans was playing for Manchester United. But but Man United, man, we move on. If anybody got anything else on Man United,
I'm happy for Lingard that he scored his goal.
Man like Lingard,
very happy. He cost someone 6 bags.
He cost someone. I swear it was 600.
I thought it was 6 bills.
Yeah. 6.
Oh, sorry, bags. Wait, bags is grand.
Bruv.
Nah, it was bills. It wasn't bags.
Bills, fair enough. I saw zeros.
Okay.
The thing is, for £10 bet, and all he was getting was 650, just because Lingard doesn't score or assist. That's mad low, blood. That's crazy. Like they must have really.
I think it should have been higher, if I'm being honest.
I said, like, they should have given him more money. Is what I'm saying. Yeah. But because the odd, it means that the odds were so short.
Yeah.
It's a slippery slope for that guy.
Yeah, for real.
Just go Leicester. Leicester. Get him out Leicester.
Yeah, Leicester.
I don't know.
Making them.
Or Newcastle, maybe.
I think United should sign a left back, right winger, defensive midfielder's priority for me. 1 centre back, and then we need to start thinking the fifth transfer should be targeted towards our bench. What about Luke Shaw's position? I said left back.
Oh, sorry. So you did.
I said left back. Yeah. I think we need to
the reason. That bench. I looked at your bench against Leicester.
Yeah.
I thought, what have they got to bring on here to try and get?
And that's another reason why our players are tired, because you can clearly see Ollie does not trust his bench.
Why would he?
No, but Ollie's tactics needs to be put into question as well.
Yeah, true.
Because I think he's super counter attack, and I think that team should learn. I think Ollie needs next year is that our ball retention needs to improve by 200%, because we are shambolic at keeping the ball when teams press us. What Højbjerg and Danny Ings and Oriol Romeu did to at Old Trafford was embarrassing.
Yeah,
that they should watch that video. They should watch that game every week to learn how to beat a press.
Like Jordan, are you blood?
And then the second performance that was shambolic was when Ruben Loftus-Cheek made Pogba sit down. That man should watch that game every week to understand that you can't just gung ho Pogba R2 over the is it L2 over the top triangle. You can't do that every game because Rashford is knackered, Martial is tired, and Mason Greenwood is having to play right wing back. You see what I'm saying? So we need to get the ball better next season. If that means you need to change your tactics, then we need to change the tactics next season.
Yeah, these men need rest. I am hoping these men are in Portugal as we speak, just chilling. That's all they need. They need sleep.
Adrian?
I was gonna say, going back to the ball retention point, do you feel like Man United are best set to be a counter-attacking side? In the first sense, obviously you've got the pace in Rashford, you've got the pace in Martial, you've also got the pace in Greenwood, potentially Sancho as well. Bruno Fernandes is poor at keeping the ball. That's not his game. He's a risk taker.
Adrian, his pass completion was 67% in one game.
Come on,
Do you know
that's
how
awful.
low that?
That's dreadful.
67%.
And then I'll be honest, Pogba's another one wherein he's Hollywood. He does the ball over the top. He can play.
That's why we needed Diane.
This is why we
He's doing
For Ndidi. I mean, why he's still at Leicester is astonishing. His record in the last 2 seasons have been phenomenal. You go hell for 11 for Ndidi, in my opinion.
That's best in the league, in my opinion.
Eh?
Best DM in the league, like pure defensive.
Yeah.
Oh, Fabinho.
Not like Fabinho's the better overall player, and of the two, I'm keeping Fabinho. But I just think in terms of destroying the play,
And he's like 23 as well.
yeah.
No, Nigerian 23.
Let's not be racist on the show.
Okay. All right. Apparently, Carney's like 30. So like 49.
I'm enjoying it. He was 42. He was 42 when he was at Pompey.
Well, with Okaka and them, man.
You can't tell me Ndidi is 23. Come on. Right. Manchester City, second place.
Probably one of the most embarrassing City campaigns of all time.
6 out of 10.
Really bad.
Heck,
You're getting 6.
5.
Maybe even
5.
And you know, can I say something bold?
What?
You ready for a hot one, yeah? For the hot. In the Champions League against Real Madrid, they're going out. With a 2-1 lead, they're going out to Real Madrid.
Nah.
Because it's that time again, bruv, where Real Madrid, yeah? I'll tell you what. Time again, guys.
By the way, Zidane is a skeng man.
The guy, bruv.
Skeng man.
That,
Shout to big boy Benzi.
do you know what Real Madrid's new name is from now on for me? They are called Clutch FC. Because how they've won La Liga this year
Yeah.
is
That's
unbelievable.
what Arsenal bowled it, bruv.
Yeah.
You can say that. And I hear that, and I'm with you. Don't get me wrong. But blood, Madrid come out of the woodwork. Do you remember when Zidane came back? Remember when he came back to Real Madrid, what kind of mess they were in? By the way, Lopetegui is in the Champions League with Sevilla, finishing 4th.
Damn, man.
So he's already got a new gig and got into the Champions League, right? Watch that game. Watch that game at the Etihad, bruv. Because Man City this season, I don't trust. Again, you know what I'm saying? And it's been diabolical. What did Liverpool finish on? Was it 99 points? And Man City 81. I mean, come on. Was it 18 points? Doesn't it smell familiar? Manchester United versus Man City in 2017.
81 is not bad, bruv. We'll see. That's a
No, but I'm talking about the points gap. The gap of 18 points is ridiculous.
If Man United got the paper over the cracks second, City have to get the same package, bro. Same package.
Yeah, because you were 81 points.
You know, Liverpool, as I said here before, Liverpool were gone, bruv. There was no catching this Liverpool.
No, but that was City's fault.
Sure.
That's not Liverpool. Like you play Liverpool twice. That's not 20 plus points.
Oh, well, the second one they peppered them, but obviously.
No, what I'm saying is that's let's say you lose to Liverpool 6 points. That's 6 points. That's not 20 plus.
You still lost 14 more.
Bookie in them.
Season City were dead, bro.
Dead.
And they still got 80, bro.
Oh, okay, so you're saying they're dead, but they got 80.
Yeah.
Dead. No. No buts. You have spent 50 million.
Think about that, though. Let's think about that. 80 points.
Why you just said?
No.
Think about that.
The man has spent 50 million on at least 5 players. Let's be honest. Because if it was Man United, there will be a lot of you spent 80 million on Maguire. Nah, you spent 50 million on 5 man. John Stones. I watched another podcast. A man said he thought John Stones was injured. The brother has been at home.
Yeah, because he's not that guy, bro.
50 million.
You signed him for 50 million.
50 million. You know, there was 50 million, bro.
As I said, I'm not defending City, but I'm saying they were dead, bro. And there was no catching this Liverpool. Liverpool were on smoke.
No, I'm not having that.
But just like the year United lost the league, right? Surely the gap shouldn't have been this far. It's the gap.
But the gap
You know what I'm saying? 18.
bro. City lost
You beat
games.
Norwich.
Liverpool won all their games, Brad. What do you want me to say?
Yeah,
man?
but what I'm saying is City should have lost less. At some point, City. At some point, yeah. But at some point, yeah.
Man, must be on the back for losing.
At some point, City lost more games than Arsenal this season. This season.
I think they lost more games than us.
Yeah, they lost more.
Come on.
Nine.
And they still got 81 points. What do you want me to say?
No,
No,
David, no.
David,
David, no. David, no, man. You can't set standards for yourself and then drop from your own standard, and then I'm supposed to be okay because you're better than others.
You know what Arsenal standards are, Brad?
No, I'm talking about City. I'm not talking about Arsenal. I'm not talking about Arsenal.
No, but you make a comparison between the two. Shows how bad it is.
I agree with both comments. I agree that for a season that was so bad, they still got 81. However, they were 18 points behind.
You know what 9 minus 81 is? Listen. City were poor by anyone's standards, bro. You know why 81 is poor? Because Leicester won the league on 81 points. Let's not do this, bro. They might have invested too much. Like, I'm thinking about 60 M's.
From last season, yeah, when Liverpool lost by 1 point, yeah, I'm saying they were dead. I'm agreeing with everyone. They were dead. What do I'm saying? And Liverpool,
no. But what I'm saying is that is not an excuse for finishing second. I'm not saying you're saying it as an excuse.
Yeah.
I'm saying that Man City, Pep Guardiola, the messiah of football, has finished 20 plus points behind Liverpool. That is poor.
He's
Man,
poor.
Southampton. I can't even remember all of the L's here, but it was like, bro, Norwich, Southampton, bare dead results, bro.
Yes.
Like, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. City need to do better. Not buy more, they need to do better. Period.
I don't even know how they improve from here, bro. Because Liverpool now, yeah, fam.
They defenders.
Centre half.
Look at their centre half.
Yeah, I'm saying.
I can see this team, yeah. Silva's gone. Company dipped. You got rid of Yaya. Yaya dipped the season before that. Like, this team he's gonna have to refresh this whole thing again, bro. And that's money. I don't
They have the money.
They got the people.
Let me be bold, yeah. I know City have got money in it, but fam, this thing is coming to an end, fam.
No chance.
No way.
No chance. David, hold your mouth.
Hot take. It is a hot take.
I'm not saying that they're not going to be challenging again, but I can see Liverpool dominating this thing for a couple years.
No. Man City will be Premier League champion next season. Hey, Man City will be Premier League. Bro, fam, they will spend 100 million at the back line.
If Jurgen, the Messiah Klopp, gets Thiago at Liverpool, he is log for the madness.
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
Thiago is one of the world's best midfielders.
You're right. But Man City will go and look for that centre half and buy him.
You're saying Koulibaly still.
Exactly. And if it's not Koulibaly, then what are we saying? We're saying Benjamin Mendy is still air.
As I said, City have the money to fix this problem. But I'm saying this team is getting old, bro. Jesus is not that guy.
I disagree.
Is Jesus that guy?
The team's not getting old, bro.
Do you trust man for the whole season, bro? Do you trust man for the whole season? No.
You scored 2 less goals than Sergio Aguero, and he didn't start every game. Pep was playing midfielders up front in certain games.
All right, you start him up front. Let's see what happens, bro.
Hey.
You're saying like
David's moving, man. He's on the
bench. That's why he's on the bench.
Right, let me get to some of these comments because
next year, man. Don't worry.
Let me get to some of these comments. SW6 X London says, "Have to salute David Silva, the best number 10 in Premier League." Yes, we salute.
The legend,
top player.
Bro, I can't believe he's been in the league 10 years, blood. Where have they gone?
Yeah.
Hey, David, I've got to eat my words, you know. 34 starts.
Jesus. How many goals? 14. 14.
Hey.
Not bad, but it's not the
Bad,
end.
but it's not.
Is it Aguero? That's the question.
Hell no.
Aguero's won the Golden Boot once. Let's not do this.
Aguero, do you know why? Do that with your eyes, yeah? Aguero misses 3 months a season, number one. Number two, he gets like 21 goals in 20 appearances.
He did that once.
Yeah, I got the Golden Boot. I got the Golden Boot. I got the Golden Boot.
We didn't win a Golden Boot that year.
Oh, when did he get it?
20, I think he was 24 that year.
Oh, okay.
But the thing, he's not far off from what Aguero does from hospital, bro.
Nah, man.
That's why they need another one.
This is
Harry Kane. Harry Kane.
Harold.
If they get Harry Kane, I take my statement back. But fam,
Harold, that's it, bro.
Harold.
and I don't, bro. There's not many good strikers out here like that, bro.
Yeah. Facts.
Like Aguero, record goal scorer, bro. Jesus is not the guy, bro.
All right, let's move on.
Boss like Endo, I've got bare comments to get through. Boss like Endo says, let's not forget City were 25 points behind at 1 point.
So, what, the 18?
SW6 agrees with man, bruv. Come on. Read that thing, bruv.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Don't try it, bruv.
I'm going through. SW6 ex London says, nah, Liverpool were on a madness. I agree with David because they set the bar so high.
No, but
Liverpool.
What are we doing?
Yeah, that's come on, man.
What are we doing?
Come
on, guys, man.
Come on.
City in the two previous had 198 points.
Man, I'm saying Liverpool set the bar high. Centurion.
Yeah, they dropped off, blood, and Liverpool continued.
And they dropped off because of City, not because of Liverpool.
Yeah, that's a flimsy argument, in my opinion.
They bring, bruv. We don't mind. Either or, bruv. Someone dropped, blood.
No, it's not even or, bruv. Liverpool were in a league of their own, and City said we're at the beach from August.
The thing is, David, I would agree with you, David. Yeah, if Man City got 98 points and then Liverpool got 99, then I'm with you. Then it was a little. You have to say, look, Liverpool were just superb. They were 80 points. The last time they took 80 under Guardiola, they were fourth in the Premier League.
They dropped 17 points, bro.
Listen, 17. Liverpool last season, Liverpool and Man City won Etihad Airways. See that double decker, bro? That big thing. These man, for some reason, City decided, ban this Etihad thing, man. Let me take Qatar or whatever, blood. Then, they dropped off, blood. Liverpool continued now. We're good up here, fam. That's all I'm saying. Blood. Yeah. And continue their thing.
Oscar,
earlier, someone said Liverpool are going to dominate for a time. Boss like Endo responded saying, Liverpool ain't dominating nothing. We don't spend money. We'll drop off next year. What do you think, Adrian?
Bro.
Depends, man.
I think
Thiago things though.
But is he though?
I'm saying Thiago changes things.
No, but do we get him? Is the point?
Oh, I wish you did.
I hope you don't. But he's superb. He's superb.
Yeah, but to answer the question, if you're not spending money, you're standing still. But I think with Liverpool, I don't expect there to be too much of a drop off, provided the main group of players stay fit. And I think the thing that I think really killed City and why City was so far off the pace ultimately is the injury of America Laporte. Because when I look at Man City last season, I look at Man City this season, I can't name a game where Man City have been bad in an attacking sense, wherein they haven't created. It's been they've battered down the door, and that Southampton game is a prime example. Battered down the door, but for some one reason or another, they don't score. So I think they were right in terms of creating. But for me, the loss of Laporte is ultimately what cost them, and I'm fearful that Liverpool have been very, very fortunate with injuries for the last couple of years, and what it would take is for a major injury to happen, and we're exposed.
How many goals do you think Man City scored this season in the league?
I saw it way more than Liverpool. I forgot the number.
It's 102.
Yeah, I would say it's over 100.
Yeah, Liverpool got 85 and City got 102.
So 2.80.
So, beginning of the season, last season was when we had that very drawn out debate about what was the reason why Liverpool didn't win the league last year. There was a conversation about the fact that they needed to strengthen the forward positions. They needed to sign a striker and whatnot. And then Adrian made the argument of they needed a creative midfielder. But regardless of that, Adrian did say, if we get Naby and we get Ox fit and playing football, Liverpool win the league next season. To which a lot of us laughed at, and he's proved right.
Half of it is right.
Yeah. Funnily enough, there wasn't even the reasons why, but yeah.
Yeah, half of that is right, because, and it's to Adrian's point earlier, the injuries at the back for Manchester City is what killed them this year.
But that's not what City. Liverpool did what Liverpool did, though. Regardless of City, let's think about Liverpool.
But also, City scored 102 goals in the league. 102 goals in the league, bro. At the end of the day, they did their bit going forward. The bit at the back was what their problems were. They didn't strengthen, which is their own fault. None of this is. It's not their fault. This is still their fault, and Liverpool is still tremendous. But we could have had another season where it was 99, 98, 100 points.
Like we had the season before.
Like we had the season before. And that's my point to that. Liverpool carried on doing what they were doing, whereas Man City were not sensible and completely.
But if City did what they did last season, Liverpool would have still won the league.
Not with 102 points.
They didn't get last year. They got 98 points.
Yeah, but City could have got 100. My point is, if they had a defense with the goals they still scored, half of those, however many games that they drew or lost would have been turned into wins, and we could have seen 100 points again.
City scored 102 goals and have the most clean sheets in the Prem.
And the most clean sheets.
This could have been a very different season.
Oh God,
if they had converted. Those 1-0 L's.
Oh yeah. You're right. Edison won the Golden Glove.
It's a different season. Trust me,
bro. It's little things like that where you think, okay, on one hand, Liverpool were blistering, and they were out of this world. But Man City's thing was, and the thing is, when you watch Man City games, there are some games where you just sat there and thought, this team is still unbelievable.
I think Liverpool were obviously outstanding, but I think more so, if City had pushed them for the league, Liverpool would have got more points.
Yeah,
I agree.
Really?
I agree.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I think if the title's on the line,
yeah.
I think they started to coast off when they knew they won it.
Probably.
But if
the title's on the line,
because City were pushing them, it's long.
I think it would have been the same as this last year. Do you remember when it was still neck and neck? Liverpool went to the Etihad, got beat, and then that was the end.
No, but
and again, if they had won in the same vein, because I believe City would beat Liverpool head to head at the Etihad. And I think Liverpool will still beat. And if that was the case and they switched over positions, City would have won the league.
If Liverpool had a title to play for, they don't draw at Burnley. They don't lose at the Emirates. That's right there. That's 4 extra points.
Obviously, it's a game of opinions, isn't it? Like I think that
he's saying that they would win more.
But I genuinely think, based on last season and Klopp's disappointment, that Liverpool are not losing another league title again. I don't think they're losing 2 in a row. Like no matter how sick Pep is, Jose still won the league when Pep was there. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't think Liverpool lose the league title this year.
For the Premier League's sake, let's hope Man City don't mess about. Let's hope Liverpool don't mess around, and we have another head-to-head all the way to the wire. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. SW6 said he was saying that City set the bar so high in the previous seasons that it was hard to maintain, which is why they had an
Right, yeah, because it's like when you say that they had the most clean sheets this year, they scored 102 goals.
Best player in the season.
Best player in the league comfortably. Well, not comfortably.
Do we all agree? Is that player of the season?
100%.
Kevin De Bruyne
was comfy, bro.
Kevin De Bruyne, 100%.
A strong one.
Have you bought a Reebok shoe?
The G Unit.
Reebok Classic.
The G Unit.
Comfy.
Comfortable.
Yeah, no.
Comfy.
I don't want to go that far.
Comfortable. 20 assists. 20 assists?
How many goals?
Should we go to the goals?
How many goals?
Oh my God.
Double figure. Definitely double figures.
20 assists, 14 goals. 20 assists, 14 goals.
He's contributed to 33 goals this. Comfortable.
Bro, I triple captained him in fantasy, bro. He got me 57 points. I said,
7 points. What?
I said, what? This guy?
Beast.
Norwich. But he's chasing the record.
All right, fine. So they got the best player in the league, 100 goals, most clean sheets, and we're off the league by 18 points.
Them L's were real, boy.
The L's were real. You know that one. But anyway, that's Man City. We'll see what they do next season. Number 1, pole position, the mighty Reds, Liverpool, the Scousers from Anfield Road.
Adrian is blushing.
He's blushing.
That's the only memorabilia I got at the moment.
Jeez! Oh, what, straight in?
Yeah.
That's all good for him still.
You know that Adrian, you got to get all the kit, get all the badges, you got to get it all, cuz. You got to get it all.
Tracksuits, training top, everything.
What are we saying, guys? I'm gonna go 9.5 out of 10, just because the way they petered out compared to the season that they had. Because this team looked like they were gonna win every game. You know what it was? Like their record was looking ridiculous, right? Okay, we brought out Old Trafford. No one's complaining.
I mean, what makes this season a 10?
Sorry again, sorry.
Even like what the Centurion season, for example,
Yeah.
Or if they broke one of the records, whether it was going unbeaten, whether it was winning by 100 points plus, or you know what I'm saying, right now they didn't break any record, did you? You didn't break anything.
No, they only had the most wins joint with City.
Oh, okay. So they're joint.
So they weren't exceptional to our teams that have won it.
Basically, yes.
Fair enough.
And I would have given. They were on course for a 10. They were riding on 10. Even the defeat to Watford, they were still on 10. But what we have seen lately, do you know what I'm saying? It's just been a bit. Oh man!
For me,
their Champions League exit was hilarious, absolutely hilarious.
Oh, it was unlucky.
I know, but it was funny, man. It was funny.
For me, they're still a 10.
10.
No, Oscar, do you know why? Do you know why I wouldn't put it as a 10? Because to Peter's point, I feel like we had to break a record. I don't care what it was. And the two that we had in our sights to sort of cement this Liverpool's team's legacy. Because 10 out of 10 is perfect. 10 out of 10 is to say that. Don't get me wrong, this season will undoubtedly go down in history, but this was to sort of pull up your seat at the table and say we are one of the best teams.
You're only saying that because City was so bad. I think if City did a title race and it was neck and neck, this would just be Liverpool have to win the league. They haven't won it in 30 years. They need to get over the line. Because we knew they were over the line from February, we had to make other things. So people started saying unbeaten. People started saying Centurion and all these things. And those are great achievements. But I think in the league, Liverpool were clearly the best team in that league for a long period of time. And I think
I hear you, bro. I hear you. But I think that's respective of the league. Like as you said, let's say City get 97, Liverpool get 99. I still don't think we deserve a 10. Then I only think we deserve a 10 if we get 100 points. Or if we go to season undefeated, because 10 for me is perfection. 10 is where you say, you know what?
Okay, that's fair.
And you say you're one of the best ever. So number 5,
even most wins, it's
a 9.8 for me then. If we're doing it like that,
that's why I said 9.5. Yeah, that's why I said 9. I'll even go 9.8. But they're superb this season. They deserve the accolades. They have been fantastic. Brilliant to watch, and watching them lift the Premier League title kind of made me feel okay. Like I didn't mind it because it was like it's not Man City, it's not Chelsea, it's not Man United, and it was just something different. I got another Premier League champion, and I was kind of happy for Adrian. To be fair, I was a bit like, do you know what, bro? He's got his league title. He'd never seen this before. Fair play, you know what I'm saying? You know, slap the badge. You know what I'm saying? Crack on. So hats off to Liverpool, man. Hats off to Liverpool.
SW6 London says Liverpool, come on, they blitzed everyone. Everything else is secondary. Give him a 10.
9.5. 9.5. 10, I won't argue. I won't say no, you're wrong, but
I think it's an argument. Because if they're 10, then what City?
What, when they done the Centurion and stuff?
If they're 10, then what City when they did the Centurion?
Them are also a 10.
But to be fair, that was I ain't gonna lie, yeah. It's a good question because the City one for me is like a 10 star or a 10 plus. 100 points, guys. Is honestly
No. Do you know how many points are up for grabs in August?
114.
They were 4 points off perfection. 10.
Sorry,
I'm so sorry.
Nah, man.
I said 10.
That bad there. They did the business. All right. Oh, so that wraps up that. Are we going to talk relegation? Have we got time?
What's the point?
We'll get it done in 10 minutes.
All
Very quickly.
Norwich deserve to go down, yeah?
Nice. Yeah.
That one, sorted. They were awful the whole season.
Yeah.
Easy.
Bournemouth, yeah, there was a stat on thing, match the day they put up, yeah? Every season, Bournemouth have been in the league, 60 plus goals conceded. They were going to get in trouble one of these seasons.
That's a lot of goals.
60.
Yeah, 60
plus.
Do you know what's mad, yeah? Do you know what's crazy? Sorry, Brendan Rodgers. But when Liverpool were going for that league title, they conceded 60 goals in the league.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
So 60 goals will get you relegated and you won't win the league, bruv. See you later, bruv.
Watford, man.
Let's come to you, yeah? You hired Nigel Pearson, man with bottom three blood. The brother gets you out, yeah? And you sack it with 2 games to go, bruv. Bye-bye. Nothing else.
Oh, my God.
And there's no need for comments. All 3 deserve to go down. Leeds, who else?
Leeds and West Brom.
Fortunately, West Brom.
West Brom are coming back up.
Yes.
Why?
Yeah.
David, tell me something though. How did Aston Villa escape this drop? Someone tell me. Brighton and Brighton. VAR.
Well, Brighton, you have yourselves to thank for that one.
We said 2 teams, Brighton and Aston Villa, bro.
You gave them the points.
That's true. We gave them 6 points.
Arsenal gave them safety.
At the same time, Villa was saved by VAR.
Oh yeah, it was scandalous. The VAR one, scandalous. By the way,
and at that time, we didn't think anything of it, bro. But look at it now, bro.
Oh my God! What? But do you think Villa should have got they got their own back, Villa, for that scandal at Palace at the start of the season? Do you know
the Jack Grealish penalty?
When that penalty that they scored the goal.
I didn't play before.
Oh, unreal. Question: Eddie Howe and Bournemouth. Do you reckon Eddie should leave? What should happen there? Because I think he should leave, and then sort of like managers get bigger in status when they're not spoken of or we don't see them. Like Pochettino's stack is rising right now, for example, right? And Allegri's getting even higher. I feel like if Eddie Howe just sits back and waits just for another Premier League sacking at the start of the season, then he just hops into that one. What do you think?
Facts. Totally agree with you. I think that's his next sort of venture into management, wherein we'll get to Christmas, we'll see what teams are faltering, who needs that rejuvenation, who needs a kick, and then 8 times out of 10, I think chairmen will go for Eddie Howe. He's got a proven track record of keeping a team who don't necessarily deserve to be in the Premier League on paper in the league.
I feel this is the first season in many where I.
Whoa! You're so mad because 1 person but 2 people left. That's crazy. What are we talking about? Eddie Howe. I think personally, on the topic of Eddie Howe, I think he should resign.
What happened there?
I don't know. You're talking Eddie Howe, Pierre.
Yeah, I was just saying that he should just sort of firm it, wait. The idea that what's it called? Life without Bournemouth. I mean, I was just saying that sort of. I really felt emotional about Bournemouth and Watford going down. It was really sad to just see them go down. And it's the first time I've been like that for years.
Hold yourself together.
What are you very emotional for, fam?
Hello?
Nah, I felt the same, bro.
You felt the same?
I felt the same.
Yeah, bro. Big up AD, man.
Now, do you know what it was? I don't know if you remember.
Sending down Danny Welbeck, bro. That was hot. That was breaking, man.
Utilitarianism.
Bournemouth as well. That one Bournemouth.
You say that again about Danny Welbeck?
It was sad to see him go down, man. And he scored at the Emirates.
Eject all of it. When you leave United, you score against us and you celebrate. That's what you get. That is what you get. I loved all the tears that were flowing.
It was gutting, man. It was gutting. But yeah, Bournemouth, I felt sorry for. Cause I can't believe it's been 5 years. Like they've had a stint, man. That's unbelievable. And yeah, sadly the time was up. Villa somehow will be in the Premier League next season. I can't believe that. Villa and Brighton.
Mm-hmm. Of the three,
all right,
Villa was going away to go down.
Yeah, man. All right, David.
Yes.
Yo, let's do our goal of the season. If anyone can remember a goal, maybe we can't.
I have one.
Go for it.
Anthony Martial against Watford. The chip that went in that was not supposed to go in.
I think we'll do it this way. I'll choose their goal of the season, so that we'll have 5 or 6 rather goals of the season. So Martial against Watford is Robbins. Anybody else?
Now De Bruyne's had a couple screamers still. One of them, I can't remember what team. There's Norwich one from this weekend. I forgot the other team. It was at the Etihad. He just walloped this thing, man.
What about of your own team? Are we not going to do our own teams?
You know what I think? Tomorrow at Wolves.
Oh my God! What a cracker!
Yeah,
what a cracker!
There's one against Kepa. I know there's one.
There's many.
Was it? I don't know if it was this season. Was it Henderson? Was his this season?
No.
Was that last season? The one at Stamford Bridge, Liverpool, Chelsea.
Henderson scored against Courtois, bro.
Sorry?
This season was Trent.
Was it Trent?
Trent at Stamford Bridge.
One of them goals against Kepa. Someone has scored a worldie against Kepa.
Hey, David, Gabriel Martinelli at Stamford Bridge, bro. I'll take that one. That one I'll take.
There's been too many goals. I can't remember them, bro. Like that, bro. Flipping it.
Let's do this because we can't think of the best goal. Let's say each of you, what's your favorite goal that your team has scored? Like what goal? Oh, sorry.
Wait, I said that. Robin did that one. Then David said it was a De Bruyne.
Yeah, De Bruyne one. He scored best, but yeah.
Oscar?
What? My favorite or the best?
Yours.
Oh, my favorite was Willian against Tottenham.
Oh, okay.
So
what's the best one?
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Let me not lie. I've got one. Fabinho against Crystal Palace, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That
was a hit. That was a hit.
Do you know what goal I really liked? I don't think it was like the best goal of the season, but like Jack Grealish at Old Trafford.
Oh yeah,
finish.
Even Jay Rodriguez against us. The Burnley goal.
Yeah. Sick
That was
goal.
a good goal.
Sick goal.
My favorite Man United goal this was probably Rashford against Spurs.
Oh, yeah.
That was probably my favorite goal this season. And I think the best goal I've seen this season is probably one of the Kevin De Bruyne ones, but I can't think of them. But Tomori against Wolves was nuts. It was elite R2.
It was absolutely insane.
It was nuts.
All right, Adrian?
For me, the goal I would say that I enjoyed the most of the season was Jordan Ayew away at home against West Ham. Because literally what he does is he does like a 360. He then links in between two players. But the thing that really sealed this goal's fate, in my opinion, was the composure to chip it over the goalkeeper after all of that. And when you factor in that it was like a last-minute winner in a London derby.
Yeah, I remember that.
For me, I didn't. On a personal level, in terms of, it wasn't necessarily the best goal. I'd probably say maybe one of the Fabinho strikes. Huh?
Willian's penalty against City.
I mean, it's up there. I think a goal that was pivotal and that took me into ecstasy was Sadio Mane away at Aston Villa, and that's what sort of when we were 1-0 down in 87 minutes.
I think you won the league when Robertson scored at Villa.
Yes, that was a pivotal moment.
I said Liverpool won the league.
Yeah,
I Heartbreaking.
I
I remember that.
I think that was November.
Yeah, it was November.
And I said to all my friends, I said Liverpool won the league.
I
That game was so tight.
I remember you saying it on the pod. Like on the pod, it was said that the league was
That's
won.
how it felt. That's how it felt. That's how it felt.
And I was like, nope.
We had a few comments. SW6 said Dave meant the KDB goal against Watford.
The Newcastle one. Oh my days, yes.
See,
Oh my god. No, was it like barely any backlift on that one?
yeah, bro. Off the bar, blood.
Yeah.
KDB goal against Watford.
The one against Newcastle was wrong.
Against Newcastle was not.
Yo.
Yeah, sick.
SW6 also said Kevin De Bruyne ripped Chelsea. I was hurt. I don't remember that goal.
Oh yeah.
Free kick.
Oh, he scored. I'm telling you, De Bruyne.
Oh, the free kick. Yo, that free kick was naughty.
That free kick was mental.
Hey,
Wow. Ernest, I apologize. He is the player of the season.
What?
Come on.
Because
Standing.
because like it's the you know his goals this season, his assists, he's got 20 of them. I don't need to say more, right? But the goals he's scoring, comfy. Oh my god, yeah.
Do you know when I realized KDB was going to be a problem? It was before a ball was even kicked in the Premier League this season. It was the Community Shield, Liverpool versus Man City. This guy, time and time again, was killing us for the third man run. I said, you know what, bro?
Wow. Do you know what? I forgot all about the Community Shield.
I'm not gonna lie. He's oh man, I just saw the Newcastle goal.
But the Newcastle one is mental,
bro. I'm not gonna lie. He's the white Yaya Toure, you know. There is no backlift. No backlift.
When I say
too wavy,
bro, he's sick, bro.
You know what? He's so sick. It's funny, blood. Like he is nang, cunts.
Because when you Kevin De Bruyne plays like he did not. There's no skill. There's no flair. The flair is in the pass. The flair is in the vision. There's no dribbling about him. Kevin De Bruyne doesn't look up more time. He doesn't look up.
Was it last season or was it the first year they won the league under Pep? There was a game against Cardiff away where the guy was sending through ball after through ball.
You know the ball he gave to Jesus at Everton?
Oh my god! Honestly, like I said, this is too good. I think he's just hitting and hoping. Like it was too good, man. Too good. Anyway, we move on. What else is there?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna miss this post-lockdown football. It's been a ride. Big up Project Restart.
Don't worry about it, lads. We'll talk and discuss. We'll see what we can do, man. We'll see what we can do during the post-season.
We've still got Champions League.
We still got there's still
a lot.
Yeah,
there's a lot to play.
And the league starts in like just over a month.
Yeah. 6 weeks.
Yeah, we're really started.
Well, Boris was right.
We're not really started.
There's still the FA Cup final.
Jeez, we'll be at it. We'll be at it. Player of the season unanimously is Kevin De Bruyne. Is that agreed?
I salute that. Yeah.
Even AD just shook his head. It's not even a question.
No two ways about it.
Yeah. No, as in you agree. Yeah. All right. Obviously, team of the season is Liverpool. No doubt about that. And David, who is
honorable mention Sheffield United.
Yeah, you have to give it to them, don't you? They did just come up, didn't they?
Yeah.
They did just come up, and so fair play to them, Sheffield United. David, who is not that guy of the season?
Yeah. And anyone got honourable mentions for VAR?
Arsenal as a football club is an honourable mensch. Without a shadow of a doubt.
I think we need to do who's not that club.
Because who's
at some point?
I mean, bro. I mean, you want to talk about comfy and hands down? The team in red and white. Listen, we have been it has been so bad. I've never seen this in my club ever. I've never seen this before. What a time to be alive. We're not as many managers as Watford this season. You know what I'm saying? Like that, man. You forget Javi Garcia started the season at Watford. Javi Garcia, do you remember him? Good grief.
The FA Cup was the worst thing that ever happened to him. never. You know, apart from Portsmouth, never would I think I see the day where I say an FA Cup final was disastrous for the football club.
Honestly, when they ate 6 against City, that was the end. Like it was like they never recovered, bro.
They haven't recovered. They disheveled them. It took something from them.
Guys,
they beat Wolves in the semi. That's what's so annoying.
Guys, at the beginning of the show, Boss Like Endo left a comment, and I kind of just aired it, and he dropped the same comment again. Liverpool are the pride of Premier League. Are you happy? I've read that one now.
This season,
not so much in Europe, but yeah, the pride.
Right, David, come on. Who's not that guy this season?
All right. Someone's dodged the bullet. Eddie Howe, you dodged the bullet this time.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been harsh to do with him. That would have been harsh.
Nah, man, them men are air.
He drips money. He drips money.
Wow.
But
Here's what I'm saying. He dripped money, bro.
remember that episode of the podcast where we went through Bournemouth's transfers? Oh, my God. It was scandalous, bro.
Bro. Anyway, this gentleman was born 26th of Jan 1973
This guy.
in Carlough, Northern Ireland. He had dibby, bruv. Did he even play any games, bruv? I haven't seen no stats, bruv. Apparently he had a career from 1987 to 1963. No appearances, bruv, whatsoever.
You got a nasty knee injury, that's why.
Oh, my bad.
A nasty knee injury.
But then he started his coaching career in 2008, obviously. Was managing Watford for one season. I think he managed them for one season. Then he went to Reading for one season, 2009. Then he made a name for himself 2010-12, bringing out Swansea City. I don't know, did he get relegated with them?
No.
He left for Liverpool in 2012. And yeah, he had a decent stint there. Should have won the league, but he was stubborn, refused to have Daniel Agger in his defense. Had Skirtle and Mamadou Sakho, who conceded 60 goals, right? And then, unfortunately, you know, Gerrard slipped as well. You can't legislate for that. Demba Ba, obviously. Mourinho pounded his chest at Anfield. Yeah! And City won the league, that thing. He got sacked. Klopp replaced him. He's gone to Celtic. Did a nice 3-year stint there, 2016 to 19. Won 3 consecutive Scottish titles, yeah?
No, 2. He walked out on the third.
He walked out.
Okay, calm, cool. No qualms. I got no qualms with that.
I've got big qualms with that. I have big problems.
Jones Leicester City has them cruising, bruv. Yeah? Let me give you the stats, bruv. Man, them were cruising at the beginning of the season, you know. Well, New Year's Day, yeah? Actually, no, just before lockdown. How many points clear of Man United? 8 points with 8 games to go. And yeah. Considering, yes, they had injuries, Pereira, Madison, Sionku, all them man there, and Didi, all they're not there, but fam, I'm sorry, mate. You're now in Europa League, which is a dead thing, bro. I don't even want it. Arsenal, do not win the FA Cup, bro. I don't want Europa League. But
Bro,
that guy of the season, hey, we leave, we're not talking about Arsenal. Not that guy for this season, unfortunately, goes to my man, Brendan Rodgers. So, you're not that guy, bruv. Putting in the tin, bruv.
wow.
14 points.
Wow.
Hold the Champions League 4th spot. Pattern up, bruv. And you had the Golden Boot as well. 23 goals. Your Champions League. Bottle jokes.
Bottle. Big fat bottle. Oh, mate. Hilarious. Yeah, bro. He enters the not that guy this year. Is he Hall of Fame then, or is it just for the year?
No, just for the year. That's
Just for the year.
Right.
He's
Quick
not
one.
Surely that's Hall of Fame worthy, though, isn't it?
It's
No.
worthy.
It's
If he said he's bad enough to be for the year, surely that warrants Hall of Fame, no?
No,
Do you know why?
Listen, there's Hodgson, yeah.
I think it's hard to give it to him anyway.
There's
The
Hodgson
Iceland defeat.
World Cup. Then you got Finn. You got Sam Allardyce. Those are worthy, bro.
Like, it has to be scandalous.
And is Pardew in there for nutting Myler, David Meyer? I swear.
Pardew's in there.
Already. Pardiola's in there already, bro.
He said Myler to be a professional FIFA player.
Did Nigel Pearson escape it when he had McCarthy on the floor? Do you remember when he was Leicester manager? Yeah, and they were playing Palace, and then he came for a throw in, and then he just looked at him. Right, he was on the floor. I think McCarthy come over. He fell on the ground, and then Pearson just had a hand on his neck, and just had it held there. I think
I gave it. He wasn't All of Fame, but I didn't give it.
Talking about ostrich.
I know Mike Ash is in there. Mike Ash has to be in there.
Yeah, he is in there.
You know who got the bullet this season, by the way, in terms of the year? Watford Football Club. They've had 4 managers. 4 this season.
Definitely, bruv. They dodged the bullet, bruv.
They dodged the bullet. They went down, so that's fine.
But I think
in there.
He's also contender for not that club.
Yeah, facts.
They are a shambolic
facts.
club, man.
They're definitely contender for not that club. They were definitely close. Definitely. Watford for not that club.
Oh yeah, they were, bro.
Yeah. Had they been 19th, Villa finishes above you. Even Bournemouth finished above you. Holy smokes! Brighton,
Wow.
blood. I'm saying.
You know what's also annoying about Watford? Under the right, first of all, governance in terms of board level, under the right manager, they really should be one of those clubs that are looking like they want to start challenging for Europa League. And all of a sudden they're relegated.
Top 10. They should be top 10. There you go.
Yeah, they should be comfortably a top 10 side on paper and in terms of infrastructure as well. It's sad what's happened.
Wow. Lastly, prediction: FA Cup final, Arsenal, Chelsea. Oscar.
Chelsea win.
Robin.
Chelsea.
AD.
I want to be bold. Arsenal.
Ernest.
Saturday?
Yes.
Chelsea.
David.
I don't want to win it, but I can see us winning it. So Arsenal.
Yeah, I'm going Arsenal as well. So that's the predictions. Oscar, last comment, and then we'll wrap this shambles.
Boss That Endo says, Adrian, what do you think of Lovren leaving? I'm kind of happy, not going to lie.
Bittersweet, because ultimately he wasn't good enough because of his his mistakes, his lack of composure, etc. But I've got an affinity for the guy. Like regardless of his quality or lack thereof, he gave 100% every time he went out, and he gave us memorable moments. I think the one that really springs to mind is when he scored the winner in the classic tie at Dortmund. So yeah, he's a servant. He's done a good stint, but in where we're going now, the project doesn't need it anymore.
I remember when he lost his place was that dreadful performance against Tottenham Hotspur.
Right.
Was it 3 or 4-0? And that was the end. And then that was the end of the Lovren that we thought we could get. That was it. And then Boss Light Endo also says,
made a renaissance from
he said Arsenal. He said Arsenal 3, Chelsea 2.
You know what, David? Boss Light's been spot on lately, blood. When it comes to the Arsenal thing, yeah, he's been saying things. I'm wondering.
He said you lot would think about Spurs.
You said you guys would get a top 4 challenge.
That's what Boss Light said.
Okay, never mind.
We love the people in the comments, though. Don't worry.
Yeah, for Boss Light, but he's not always right.
3-2 is interesting. 3-2 will be interesting. I'll tell you what. 3-2 will be interesting, man.
Listen, Pete, let's just not do a Birmingham, bro, please.
But at the end of the day, David, even if we lose, like I said, it's not going to be that painful. Because if we lose, no Europe.
Well, there's a silver lining.
So it's not going to be that bad.
Yeah, but don't get bothered. I don't want like Baku, bro. You know them ones there.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
David, number 14 gets our 14th FA Cup this season. But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, let us wrap up this week's Top 4 podcast. Share, like, subscribe. Big up Isaac as well. Big up our brother Isaac as well. He's been shouting me in the messages. Big up. He said big up to Adrian as well. Happy for Liverpool winning the league as well. The sleeping giants, bro. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So big up Isaac as well. Big up Boss Like Endo, SW6, B16. Who else was in there? Big up Real Deal. Big up Sam Fisher. Big up
Man United till I die.
Man United till I die. Tendo. There's been bear reviews, man. Dougie, Lucky, bear man have been in there, bro. Big up. We will be back next week. Next, are we doing post match or are we doing Monday?
Well, we got Europe. We got Europe next Tuesday, I believe, or Wednesday.
Are you serious?
Yeah, August 3rd is when Europe starts.
Yeah.
Holy smokes! So what do we do?
Not this week.
We'll do Monday then, yeah? Or do we do it? What do we do? Monday?
I think Monday makes, unless you man are about.
I'll do it after the game, innit?
After the game will be fine.
The invitation and them thing there. We have to wait, bro. We have to give it a minute. Because remember when we were going to do it after Liverpool Chelsea, and it's a good thing we didn't because Liverpool's presentation was like taking long. It went on to like 11:30, nearly to midnight.
It could be that evening.
Don't forget, kickoff is at 5:30 as well.
What about Sunday?
Yeah, it could be
Sunday
Saturday evening.
Yeah, Saturday. So see you do it on Sunday. Sunday evening, 6 p.m.
We've done podcast at 10:30. We could do it on Saturday.
I'm just saying, like after, because the game's what 5:30 kickoff, end about 7:30, give or take, penalties if not.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Reviewing the game, innit?
Huh?
In fairness, if you're just reviewing the game, you can in theory do it on Saturday, like after.
But if we'll talk about Europe as well, which is a lot to talk about.
I mean, you can save that for another time, innit? I guess.
Yeah, we could save Europe. We could do it like the day after the Thursday. Or in fact, it's Thursday games. Flip's sake. We could do it on the Friday, isn't it?
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out anyway. At Top 4 Podcast on Twitter, SoundCloud, YouTube, what else are we? iTunes, Spotify, at Top 4 Podcast.
Please
Big
share,
up
like, and subscribe.
Face.
Big up, don't know the space. Big up everyone, yeah. We'll be back next week. Peace.